Mic check. What's going on, realm?
You're supposed to say 1, 2.
Oh, you instructed? How it's supposed to go? What's going on, y'all? Major Lands, Vogel's Creed, Hustle and Motivate, Other Zinc. I see you in there. I see you. Juan Castillo, what's going on? Pixel Slapper, what's going on? Let me know if my levels are good. Master Wookie, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? ILP. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Sean's what's going to regulate my mans. What's going on, man? Arcade, what's up? You got Attic in the building. Attic say what's up to the people. He's setting up right now.
Mic check, 1, 2.
No doubt. Delilah HD, Grown Women Gaming in the building. Salute. Always good to see her. Anthony Vasquez, thank you. So yeah, we just chilling, getting ready, you know what I'm saying? Waiting for Saul and of course, the legendary, the magician himself, JasonRonald, will be joining in progress. You are not JasonRonald now live. Stop it. He said JasonRonald here. It's good. Oh, we got Windows Central's own Jared Eden. What's going on, man? Salute. So I just gotta give y'all, I'll probably announce this during the show, but just want to give y'all the rules of engagement. All right, so first of all, he will be joining us in progress. You know what I'm saying? Once Jason joins, time is limited. So I cannot answer super chats during his time. So I just want to give y'all the respect for PR and the whole situation. That's what we're doing. Now after, obviously, we'll get stuff in. But we're going to try to get as much in as we can. You know what I'm saying? And real quickly, sadly, the King is not doing well, man. I spoke to him last night. Spoke to him this morning. Yeah, he's not feeling well at all. So please send your love to the King. You know what I'm saying? You know he was going to be here for this one. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he's definitely going through it, man. But anyway, that will be that. Waiting for the song to get through. We're going to do a fresh, on-time start. And we're going to have some fun in the realm, man. We got the magician in the building, man. But yeah, salute, send some love to the King, man. My dog's not feeling too well, man. He's definitely severely under the weather, so that's what's up. What's up, big man Mo? Thank you, brother. Thank you.
It was that thought process that the one-chip challenge made him sick.
You said the one-chip challenge? The thought of it. It's Wilby's fault. It's Wilby's fault. Anyway, we going to catch it with y'all in a bit, man. See y'all. Okay. All right. And we are live. Welcome to the Iron Lords podcast. And now also live on lordsofgaming.net. Episode number 183. It's another glorious Sunday. We're back at the round table on the Lord's Day. I'm extremely excited about a very special guest. And we've got the Xbox Series launch imminent. The medium delay, Sega's financials, and an 8th generation retrospect to discuss, so we gonna get right into it. But normally we had a 4 horsemen of gaming, but sadly, our brother King David, man, he is not feeling well. Please, realm, send your love, send your tweets, man, to the king. He is not feeling well. Trust me, you know he wanted to be here. For this episode, you know the king gotta be sick if he can't make this episode. Yeah, trust me, I checked in with him last night and in the morning. He tried to give it a go, so I had to make the executive decision for my brother. Let him rest, let him get his health back, but the king will be back. Please send your love to the king, my man, you know what I'm saying? So we still got the, he said he OD'd. He said he OD'd on the, he may have OD'd on these, man.
You know what's crazy? I said I got a new job, and people said King hired me to be his knee collector.
Yeah, salute to the king, man. He was intoxicated off the knees, man. That's my bro. So salute.
I know they weren't my knees though. That's for sure.
Oh, look at you trying to get out of it.
Yeah, I know it's bad. It's bad. I got to kick my man when he's down.
Got to kick him when he's down. And of course, you know, we still got the 3 horsemen of gaming. Those original lords of the realm here at the round table. My co-host, the co-most, my brother from another mother, the difficult game conqueror, lord of his own world, and the how of the young wolf. My man, Lord Addict, how we doing, sir?
Doing pretty good. I know I don't have to worry any about a king interrupting me at all today.
You talking about interrupting? Hit him with the time right quick. No doubt, man. So what's going on? What you been playing, sir?
I've actually just been playing. I played a little bit of the new Assassin's Creed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really going to go into anything that because I don't know what type of embargoes it's on that.
Embargoes.
Well, I mean, depends. If nobody gave it to you, you have no embargo.
No, you still have an embargo. You still have an embargo.
Yeah, that's what's up.
I've talked about stuff in the past that I got early through other means and not the developer, and I still got hit with a cease and desist.
Oh, yeah,
that means, all right, well, that means you're important. That's good.
You know what it is everyone's under the embargo. It's just like 9 times out of 10, like they want to force it on you because you didn't get like a piece of paper saying it.
Okay.
Because Kofi was talking about Red Dead Redemption 2 before it came out.
Yeah.
And Take-Two pulled up on him in his DMs and told him like, "We gonna need you to stop."
Yeah. Yes. Well, Take-Two, you know about their story. They're not about.
They're not about
story.
He wasn't even talking about nothing about the story. He was just
crazy.
showing screenshots of like the horse and the title screen, and they pulled up on him. You tell me how Kofi ain't said nothing about games he's got early since then.
Like,
Salute to Kofi. Salute to Kofi.
Kofi was like, when a company pulls up on, they ain't nothing like a company pulling up on you live. Like a multi-billion-dollar company pulling up on you was like, "Yo, stop, fam. Listen."
Definitely time on that. Any other than that, that's been it, sir?
Yeah.
That's what's up, And of course, we have our most technical gaming lord, the solo gamer who lives for the single-player selfish experience. And also, the Sostradamus, the Lord of Clarity, and patriarch of the Iron Bank. My man, Lord Sovereign, how we doing, sir?
I am doing fantastic today, sir. I'm so happy, man. We got JasonRonald, the best beard in the business, coming through. This is crazy. No, no offense, Addict. No offense, Addict, but, you know.
Yeah, I think he got you.
He got you on the beard.
I think he got you. But yeah, man, what's been going on, man?
Nothing, man. No gaming. No gaming. What's going on? You know,
It's
always
like
in the
2 weeks now.
2 weeks. It's been like 2 months, man. Like
Yeah,
it's been
just working
crazy.
everything.
Yeah, but it's looking spooky for the guy, man. Next
Oh.
week, like
What,
Amazon has yet to charge me for my console.
Oh man.
And again, I know Amazon's spooky launch date regardless, but that's the one I got through on. So that, you know, Amazon it is. And then when it comes to my PlayStation I had to get, you know, through other means.
Shout out to other means.
The other means. So we will see if that arrives anywhere near launch, but I'm not confident in that either. So as it stands, I'll be getting my accessories before.
Yo, so wait, there's a legit chance you will not get either console
on time. Nope.
Damn,
Nope,
this
nope,
is
not so
crazy.
far. Unless I get a notification. You know how they were saying online for Amazon, like change the shipping speed, and sometimes it'll force update it. So I did that, and it was like, nope. Nothing for you.
You know, it'd be funny if you changed the speed and it just got put in past at the back of the queue.
Completely, yeah. So as of right now, the things that are arriving before are my Pulse headset for my PlayStation, and actually my Arctis headset for my Xbox. Those I'll have both of those in hand.
Those guys will be ready for the system. That's crazy. You want to get squirrely up in the chat?
We got Squirrely Dan with the $2 super chat. Driving home with the C10 right now. Go get it, brother. Yeah, listen, on the C10, man. On the C10, I held back. I'm still holding my head.
Okay. And
because the thing is, I'm really holding out hope for 12-bit panels in Gen. So my thing is, you know, 12-bit color, 444 chroma subsampling. Okay. So my hope is that we get those in 2021. But if in January after CES we have no sign of them, then I probably jump on a C10 or I wait to see what LG has for 21.
How you gonna tell time when you? Yeah, he had a long Kofi story.
Plenty of time. Yeah, you know my Kofi.
We got to keep it moving.
Oh, we got to keep it moving. So you hold it out, no doubt. We got to get you back
holding
gaming.
Out.
We got to get you back gaming, though. It's been a couple weeks.
Yes, this is. I took a couple of days for this, and this is not feeling this right now.
No doubt. And of course, we have the gaming ninja himself, the Shinobi. Unlocked. Lord Cognito, spreading that realness in the realm of the ILP, not telling you what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. So it's been all Destiny, all day, all the time. What's up, Forte? I see you in there, brother. We have been prepping. We've been getting ready.
Got more stuff I got to do on that game.
Yeah, bro. We are in complete prep, trying to get every.
I got that catalyst.
Yeah, so get every catalyst, get everything ready because the new expansion. Yes, we know.
Look, Saul, they're taking stuff out of the game, and we have to do it before it's took out of the game.
That's hard. Do you not realize how horrible that is?
Oh no, I've been very vocal on how dumb that is. But at the end of the day,
rather than be like, I'm not doing that, you're like, no, I have to get it before it's done.
Like, look. At the end of the day, I'm gonna do it. Like,
listen,
I'm gonna complain while I do it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Listen, the reasoning was given was that basically they're redoing the engine. So some of the destinations are going into this content vault, and then from there they'll be re-brought back. Again, I understand for the Destiny hating contingent, they might not like it, but what I would say is, you have to get some of these really ideal weapons before some of them get vaulted. The planets get vaulted. So I just been working on that so that we can have the ideal setup for the world first raid, because some of these weapons are extremely powerful not to have.
So that super chat relies. That super chat's about you, Stitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stitch with the $5 super chat. Saab, Amazon does not charge you until the day before it ships. If you see the estimated delivery for Tuesday, you're good. No, I have no estimated delivery. It's telling me, we will tell you when it's shipping out. That's what it tells me.
Shout out to Forte. He's got 63 bodies on every guard. That's what's up. Dizzy, Arced it, remove content, and I got content. Yeah, because I Arced nobody ain't playing Arc. Let me stop.
The worst decision we ever made was giving these people the time.
Oh yeah, now look at Neo Mental. Look at his hating division. So as Destiny starts getting talked about, look at him. Now they would have flexed the time.
You guys are just mad because there's never nothing to do on the division, so we're never talking about it.
Exactly.
So you guys think that all that stuff that's getting vaulted, most of it comes back. Most of it.
Yeah.
They're going to repackage it and sell it to us again.
There's also a big rumor in reference to what the new IP actually is, and there's a rumor that they may be going full WoW.
Really?
Factions, light dark, like full on, and in order to do that may be, again, this is like a 2-year project. Again, rumors, but some of these things
you have to rebuild the game at that point.
Like, so that's it. But also real quick, the special announcement before I know you get the super chat is that this Sunday again for more Destiny talk, Philly, is last word. There was no last word Friday. Huge guest. Cognito do a double duty today. Huge guest tonight. We got the legendary Mercules from Bungie and Reddit fame. Check it out. It'll be a super late night edition because of scheduling. So it'll be 9 p.m. Eastern. Check that out with my brother Ebontis. That will be a big one as well. So check that out. So I'm going to get the super chat.
I'm feeling that name though. Mercules.
That's what's up.
All right, we got Smitty Smith with the $5 super chat. What kind of world we live in when Lord Saab might not get his console? As hard as he works. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think it's time to activate #other means. Listen, other means usually work, except for console launches. Like my other means for my PlayStation happened right when pre-orders went up, so I had wiggle room. At this point, there's no wiggle room, bro. If you don't have that, that back door, like you're done.
You ain't getting it. It is what it is.
The pre-order's in, right? So it's a matter of when it comes. But and I got it in. The funny thing is with Amazon, you remember that Amazon, everybody thought the site was frozen, and what it was is that it didn't even go live on time. It went live almost an hour later. So we had Kaibatsu doing it for me, and Kaibatsu, it was like an hour later when he got through. So I'm like, basically I got in right in the beginning of it then. So I'm thinking I was good, and apparently,
that sucks, bro. That sucks. We got a super chat, or we got
Neil Mentor with the $5 super chat. Sorry, I don't take division hate from low-level division players that haven't.
Hold on. Neil Mentor, brother, you cannot talk when your game does not exist, when your online play account does not exist.
Look, man, I'm gonna need the mods to keep that man in check for the rest of the podcast.
Somebody get Neil.
Yeah, put Neil on pause.
You know what I'm saying? But that's all jokes, man. But look, real quickly, obviously, big guest. Obviously, Lord Jason will be joining us in progress. So we got to establish some rules of engagement when he comes in. You know what I mean? So obviously, time is limited, and we know we normally get all your super chats, but during his segment, we have to focus on Lord Jason. So I just want to be very clear and transparent about that, because I know guys are like, yo, you didn't get my super chat. The Lord's always what's up. And we always do. But we have to respect PR. We have to respect the rules of engagement. So when he joins, we're just going to jump right in, you know what I'm saying, and set him up right. So that's why I want it is. Let's get these up. Oh, J-Dub's a shield. Yes.
No, let me get
that.
I'm going to jump for a second. J-Dub is a shield with the $5 super chat. Are we going to talk about the PS Super Duper Ooper Looper Fast SSD? I mean, it's so fast that it's letting Xbox load games faster. Mario vs. Lot. J-Dub is a chill. I don't know if you've heard, my friend.
Yes.
But you were the winner of the ILP PlayStation 5 giveaway. Congratulations.
And you know what's funny? Like, when I was sitting there, I was talking to Lord Cognito because you haven't been able to get back to us. I was like, that dude is always in our chat. I feel so bad if we have to get that to someone else.
It was looking spooky for you, J-Dubs and Shield, because we were like, we don't hear from you. We may have to re-roll this.
We were about to pull that rug out from under you, my brother. So, thank goodness you're in the chat today. I know that you pride yourself.
Really? No,
you didn't even know, yo.
You really won.
Yeah, you really, bro. You won the PlayStation 5. You won. You won the who did that for you?
Big Bad Mo's the one that won the Xbox.
Yes.
Exactly. So, J-Dub, get at me in my DMs. I know you pride yourself on being mysterious, but if you want this console, I'm gonna need that government.
Factual. Come up off that.
So come up off that. So we're gonna need to know who you are. Don't worry, I will not snitch you out to the world. But as we said last week, and you did not hear We do not, as of now, have these consoles. So if you have a pre-order elsewhere, do not cancel that pre-order because you will be disappointed on launch day. But you will get your console when we get it. You will get it.
Absolutely.
So let me read these other super chats.
Yes,
Congratulations once again. We have Elemental PO with the $15 super chat. Series S finally showing a ray tracing on budget. Yes, yes. Watch Dogs looking crazy. PS5 SSD expansion, a no-show at launch. Sing along nights like this. I wish raindrops would fall. Nights like this.
That heartbeat flavor.
That heartbeats. Yeah,
Let's
nights
go.
like this. Fitty Smith. $2 super chat. Beyond Light inbound Warlocks.
Go,
ride.
baby. Warlock, stand up. You already know the vibes.
That's not even English to me. I don't know what he's saying.
So, hater.
Then we have Big Cloud Gaming with the $5 super chat. Congrats on the interview, guys. This show is always fire.
Appreciate you, Big Cloud. PlayStation Nation, stand up. Respect the love, man. Respect the love.
One other thing I wanted to say before Jason comes on. Guys, go out there and show your love to Nintendo Guru.
Yes.
Nintendo Guru. Has not been well. There's I guess a GoFundMe out there right now. I don't have the link available. I don't know if you can find it, Cog, to put that in chat. Guru is one of the nicest people in this entire community. Go out and show him love. He's not doing well right now, so we need to get behind
him. Also, before you get the next super chat, I want to shout out the wise old Gaber who's in here. He just went through a serious medical procedure.
Yeah.
He was very concerned himself, and he got through. He's on the other side. Good to see you in the chat, brother. You know what I'm saying? Good to see you in the chat. I see you doing. He said, hey, I got my new TCL EKG, got my hot nurse. Even the ICU can't keep me away today. Let's go, fam, bro. Salute to him, man. Because again, he's even able. Because he's like, look, not even the console launch he's gonna miss. They're gonna be able to put the Series X and PS5 in his hospital room. So salute to him, man. That's good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Let's get these super chats.
Yeah, fantastic. Then we have Dan the Man Cunningham with the $5 super chat. Greetings, Lords. Hope you all are well. Thank you for all you do. First super chat in prep of Lord Cognito's great Mass Effect debate.
Listen, let me get it right quick. We still got time. We still got time for Jason to show it. Listen, y'all. We're going to do a podcast right before the trilogy. It's going to be the Mass Effect 1 Lords versus the Mass Effect 2 Lords, the great debate. A lot of people on the wrong side of history picking Mass Effect 1, but I'm going to let y'all slide. Y'all going to make y'all heretic argument.
I know what that's talking about. Listen, Mass Effect 1 is the greatest, just for one reason alone. No, there's only one reason why it's the greatest.
Why is it the greatest?
I don't know. You tell me.
Oh, because the boss's name is Sovereign?
Listen, my name.
Listen, you know what's funny? The last boss to XCOM 2, to this new XCOM game when came out, the spinoff, the last boss to that was Sovereign. Sovereign
too, yeah. You got bias, but it's not. Listen, at the end of the day, fun argument. Great thing. Shout out to Sarah. That was a good video, but we already know the suicide mission and the mechanic. We're going to get into that. But yo, salute to you, Dan the Man Cunningham. We're going to set it up. Look like the panel going to be Hogue Law. It's going to be Portia Power, my man Ainsley. Bill Stillwell's on Mass Effect one side.
Oh my goodness.
Then I got Travis. I got Sam Tolbert. I got Slow-Mo. So I got my goons with me. They got their Mass Effect 1 goons. It's going to be a good show. So before the podcast,
I would argue that Mass Effect 1, Mass Effect 2 was
careful
action gamified so much that you could argue that one is an RPG and one isn't really an RPG.
I know where y'all going with that. I got my honest. I ain't gonna give you my balls yet.
Argued.
I ain't gonna give you my balls yet, but I know where y'all going with that pure RPG. But we're gonna talk about that Mako transversal and other terrible parts of the game that people tend to forget.
I mean, listen.
Like
you already know it's over.
Planet mining was a whole rabbit hole unto itself.
Yes,
man.
yes.
You can ask Cognito. I've actually been talking because I never really got into the Mass Effects, and I was gonna try them out.
Yeah.
And then when this was announced, I was like, I might as well just wait till spring at this point.
And just for the record, Addict, just so you know, the reason why the trilogy was held up because of all the issues with Part 1 and they're trying to remaster. So I just want to make it clear. The reason why you're not able to experience this greatness is because of Mass Effect 1. Continue.
Wow. Actually, for the little bit I played of the first one, I actually really liked it.
We need a goalpost moving emoji. We need that.
Did you guys know? I don't know if you know this, Cognito. You can put polls in the chat now.
Oh, that's what's up. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. We definitely got to. Let's get these super chats, y'all. Let's get these super chats.
We got Punkinish with the $5 super chat. I haven't seen you in a while, brother. Been busy over the last year, but still support you. Great gaming dudes. Awesome giveaway. Thank you, Punkinish. Good to see you in the chat.
Good to see you, brother. I haven't seen. That's my destiny, bro. So,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We got Spitty Smith for the $5 super chat. Wise old gamer, Nintendo guru, and Lord King David. We are with you. The Book of X. That's scripture, baby. That's for sure.
You already know. So we caught up.
Then we have Stitch with the $2 super chat. Let's be honest, can't have two without one. And me one fire. Yeah, baby.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. So let me say something. Yeah, Jason will be joining later, probably within like 10 to 15 minutes. Lord Cognito said earlier, we will not be engaging in the chat during the time that he's here. We only have him for 30 minutes, and we definitely want to do as much with that time as we possibly can. So any super chats that come in, we'll read after he has left.
Apologies in advance.
Apologies in advance. So don't come at the Lord. I didn't read y'all got Hollywood because no. We gotta respect the legend. His time.
It doesn't matter if it pushes our podcast into 3.5 hours. We always read your guys' super chats.
You already know what it is, man. But yeah, man. So also too, I know we'll have some business to attend to afterwards, right? We got some things we gotta take care of. You know what I'm saying? Punkadish was going on. You know, they starting the candy war in there. I can't with you, man. I can't with the Mars bar. Yeah, y'all doing too much. Bill Stillwell turned on me completely, by the way. Shout out to love Bill Stillwell.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, because he's like, you like Milky Way. He said we bonded over Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, the Wise Old Gamer said ask Ronald how much chair flops it took to create the
bit. You get your questions on? No doubt. Oh, Smitty. Oh, Smitty Smith.
Yeah, let me read this. Smitty Smith with $2 in the chat. Mass Effect 1 GOAT status. That is my square. Thank you.
So hold on. Okay. So I don't know nothing about it, but let's settle this right now. Put in the chat if you like the first one better. Put in the chat if you like the second one better. Put in the chat if you like the third one better. And we'll even. No, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Like put in the chat for which one you like the most, and if you like Andromeda for some reason, put 4.
Trial of the Turboverse TV. Mass Effect is the GOAT. You know what I mean? Mass Effect 2 is the GOAT.
1 for the first, 2 for the second, 3 for the third, and 4 for Andromeda.
And we have Eagles fan 76.
Shout out to them tools.
Mass Effect 1 created the magic feeling I got that continued to 2, so I don't know, Cog. Mass Effect is the best sci-fi trilogy ever. Yeah, we can agree on that.
It's bad ones in there. I was surprised, but 2 is coming up strong now. But yeah, it's actually
we got Hans Olo.
You know what? Considering you guys,
somebody said 4. Don't even start with Andromeda. That needs to be the conversation. Who is that? Jesus but a cat? You're out of here.
Yo, there's a lot of people that likes 1.
Yeah, I'm surprised with this. A lot of people like 1. I am very surprised with this.
1 for its time. You understand? Like, remember, like we hadn't experienced anything like that. So everybody was losing their mind over 1. And then it got refined into, but then some people did. I didn't mind the fact that they sort of removed some of the granular RPG elements because the thing is, it appealed to more people at that point, right?
Yeah. 1 is the only one.
Not about that deep RPG. They're just not.
Like,
no, 1 is the only one I played, but by the time I got to it, it was so outdated. Like I didn't mind the gameplay. It's just like the actual gameplay was outdated. Like you know, with some life easy. What's the word they say when you want something that's easier? We'll get to that in 1 second. Yeah, what's the term they say when you make something easier on like the UI? Like life changes.
What's your quality of life?
Quality of life improvement.
Quality of life improvements. Yeah, that's. I feel like the first one needs that more than anything else.
And that's the thing. Though, that'll be funny though. That if they go back into 1 and they eliminate all that RPG granular stuff,
right?
And
then it could shine.
Like 2, I mean,
then it could shine. But in its original form, people have revisionist history.
It's difficult to go back.
Exactly. People, we are being prisoners of the moment because when you was in them elevators, y'all remember what it was. Y'all was in that Mako and the joint wasn't traversing and how awful that. I know a lot of you guys love the idea of the exploration, the Star Trek feel. It gave that. Yes, the RPG mechanics. I get it. But
it was empty though.
And don't forget the words. But yo, we got these crazy super chats we got to take care of.
Yeah, we got Shroom Kingdom with the $50 super chat.
Wow,
thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Y'all done goofed. I was looking forward to winning the PS5 with the card reader. Thank you guys for all the hours of entertainment. Mass Effect 1 and 2 are on different levels, but 1 set it off.
There's too many ones in here, y'all. I don't know what's going on.
You looking like that? You looking like our president?
Stop the count. Let me stop.
Yeah,
I don't do politics in the room, but I had to do that one.
We got 460 people in the chat. I want to thank all of you coming out. Definitely hit that like button if you guys don't mind. Let's get that over 200 before Lord.
Yeah, comes in there. What else we got? Smitty Smith spending
that. Smitty Smith with the $2 super chat. Rex Garris Tolly game set match.
Hold on, she. All right, first of all, she'll just say yes, but you know what? Y'all ain't got Thane, baby. Y'all ain't got Thane. Thane was the goal. But anyway, let's get Shade Tomlin. Let me get that £5. Where is my PS5 and Xbox? You promised I'd win. Congrats to the winners, Camp. Here, Lord Kong. What? He said the book of X. You can't hear me? Oh man. What else you got?
Listen, Lord Shane, I don't know. The bag wasn't dropped off. The Iron Bank does not recall the bag being dropped off.
That's the same thing I told Forte. I'm like, look, your check bounced. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
And then we have a big shout out to the wise old gamer upgrading his membership to Lord Gold. Thank you, my brother.
Put the horns in the chat, y'all.
Soon, man.
Put the horns in the chat, man. Hold on, let me get J-Bo money. He's so messy. J-Bo money, $2 super chat. Y'all see the 49ers game on Thursday, Carl? Yes, I saw it. It's funny how you only hit me up off of losses. I find that very interesting, but I got my red and gold on. I'm still repping. Look, man, decimated season. What we gonna do, man? Shout out to Brandon Tyrell. Shout out to my Niners. Shout out to Red and Gold Nation. But it ain't happening this year, man. We might have a Jimmy G problem, but we'll talk about it later. Anyway, what else we got?
Before that, we actually had Mass Hole 1977 with the $2 super chat. Morning Lords, waiting on a ship date for my ex. Yes, sir, we are in the same boat. And apparently a lot of people in the chat are in the same boat as well. They haven't gotten a date yet. So after J Mo, we got Lucius Augustus with the $5 super chat.
That is a very serious name.
That's very, that's
that person that they be talking about in like RPGs that I'm just like, I don't know if I want to fight that dude.
Very Spartacus, man. That's like very the last Spartacus boss. Like. Lucius
That's right before you get to Batiatus.
That's that dude that cut your arm off at the beginning of the game, and you have to get the restructure.
You need the revenge. So we got Lucius Augustus with the $5 super chat. I was kick flipping the Mako. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Yeah, you had to kick flick the Mako because it would get stuck all the damn time.
Yeah. Then we have Stitch once again. Hold on. Yeah, we have Stitch once again with the $5 super chat. I played Mass Effect when I was 16. I'm 35 now and still remember that game. Don't remember 2 or 3 as well. Oh, Cog, it's not looking spooky.
Man, I don't know.
It looks like they're turning you into the minority.
Listen, bro, I don't know what's going on. These dudes got revisionist history, but it's all right. It's all right.
Then we got Kiss Move with the $5 super chat. Last ILP without a next-gen console. Congrats on the JR interview. Thank you, Lord Smooth.
Okay, Smooth, I got you. We had talk. I got you. Mm-hmm.
Yes,
yeah, we actually combined your stuff with mine, so you're good.
Oh, great. Mm-hmm. Then we have Eric Franklin with the $10 super chat. Huge fan of you guys and excited to hear Jason speak.
Oh, salute, Eric Franklin. Yeah, I remember you on Twitter, brother. Thank you for that, man. Thank you for the kind words. We're going to have a fun show. He'll be in here shortly, definitely.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Then we have Pixelbit G with the $5 super chat. Spider-Man Miles Morales is native 4K with ray tracing on PS5. I don't think that is true. Mm-hmm. Impressed and Series S can actually do ray tracing. Wow, big up to the panel. Launch week, let's go. Yeah. I don't know it's native 4K with ray tracing on.
I'm not sure.
Maybe I'm thinking about frame rate. I know the frame rate is definitely.
Did you guys see the ray tracing on? Did you guys see those screenshots of Watch Dogs on the Xbox Series X with ray tracing? That stuff crazy. Like, I'm not a technical person, but I was like,
those reflections look kind of crazy.
Look really,
I really like looking at the Miles footage and whatnot. Like, I think I'm going to play it at 30 because I really want to see those.
Wow, this is the debate, right?
It's the debate, and it honestly seeing it.
No, I'm 60 all the way. I'm done with this 30.
Yo, but the ray tracing though.
Ray tracing for the bushes. If it stops me from no.
Well,
the ray tracing is very impressive, but being able to walk without any type of pause is more impressive. So.
Okay, so we got Pixelbit again with the $2 super chat, confirmed on Twitter by Digital Foundry. Shocked. Yeah, it is what it is. Then we have Code with the $10 super chat.
Oh man, the legend.
Don't y'all hate trolling on Twitter? Can't stand it.
Don't you start. You be the main fire starter, you true. Now, shout out to Code.
Code is hilarious. In a matter of weeks, Code has put himself in a position.
Yes.
And I commend you, brother, because I would not want that smoke coming at me.
Kid, if you're still in the chat, kid, If you're still in the chat, put in the chat who won that poll that you made.
Oh, that was funny. But yo, shout out to Cole right here. I want to shout out Brap and those guys. The guys have Red Gaming Tech. Great technical interview. Shout out to Slow. Shout out to those guys. It was real. I got a chance to listen to it. You know what I'm saying? You was in your bag. I like Optimus Code on podcast. I don't know about the other dude. Who's that dude on Twitter? The Twitter guy? I don't know him. But Code on a podcast? That's my guy. Salute Code, man. Good to see you up here, brother. He said I won that troll pen. Yo, he's funny. He messy. He messy. Salute.
Yo, so before we actually get into, I know we're doing Patreon afterwards, but something I forgot last week. So shout out to our boy.
Talk about that slow SSD.
Hold on. Let me do Keezy Will 26. If you guys recall, I said that Keezy Will was going to donate an additional 3 months of Game Pass Ultimate to the winner of the Xbox Series X. So shout out to what is it, Big Bad Mo?
Big Bad Mo, yeah.
Big Bad Mo. And shout out to Keezy Will 26. I will be giving you an extra 3 months of Game Pass Ultimate,
all right, guys.
Courtesy of Keezy Will. So that's
the moment has arrived. The legend has entered. Can you hear us, Lord Jason? Can you hear us? Your levels are good.
I can hear you guys. How you guys doing this morning?
Good. How are you?
Much better now, man. So we're going to get right into it. We know your time is limited.
Jason is so extra with that beard. I got to do this. I can't even second one in the group, man.
Listen, man. We're going to hit the ground rolling. Lord Jason is here, so you know we got to enter him into the realm correctly. So let's start it. I want to introduce a Lord whose multifaceted and highly illustrious career in the games industry is truly remarkable under the Xbox platform. Whether it be his forward-thinking approach when it comes to console design or tremendous technical acumen when discussing it, his passion for gaming always resonates. Introducing the Director of Program Management for TeamXbox and leader in development of the Xbox Series X and Series S consoles. The Wizard of Project Scarlet, most majestic beard in the game, and come November 10th will be responsible for all gamers to power their dreams. Live from Redmond and kind enough to make his debut into the realm of the Lords, my man, Lord JasonRonald. How you doing, sir?
I'm very well. How you guys doing, man? Really appreciate being here.
Dude, absolute pleasure. You are Lord at what you do, man. Only right we show you the proper respect here at the round table. So if you don't mind, we're going to jump right in, brother, if you don't mind.
Sure. Let's jump in.
So look, man, a lot going on right now. So for me, I want to set it off. Lord Jason, I'm coming from PC this past generation, most of the time playing my favorite game, Destiny 2, right? So the Series X really excites me because it's far superior to my current CPU and GPU setup, right? But one of the key features I've been preaching specifically is that the NVMe, the quick resume, load times. Now, I know you can't speak on the competition, but early reports from media outlets have showed the Series X to be outperforming the PS5 SSD in multiple back compat games, as well as resuming from a standby state, and also the them not having the multi-game quick resume feature. So I know optimization patches, they're not in for all the next generation games, but can you explain how Xbox Velocity architecture is capable of this, or if it's even being taken advantage of by devs when in theory the raw SSD was supposed to be a clear advantage by your competitor?
Sure. So I would say at this early stage, people are still learning how to take full advantage of the Velocity architecture. You talk about something like quick resume as a great example. That's something that as we started putting the hardware together and we started getting the operating system up and running, we recognized there was unique opportunities to go even further beyond what the raw hardware specifications could. And then depending on the game that you're actually playing, some games are just really benefiting from the raw hardware advantages that we have. But as we expect to go, year 2, year 3, year 4, you're really going to see changes in how games are built, how they're designed to really take full advantage of it. And I think that's, as a system designer, that's what's really exciting is when you launch a new platform, you're really setting the technical direction for the next 7 to 10 years of game development. So if you think about the games that you're going to experience on day one, we're super excited by what developers are already able to do with it, but it's going to be even more exciting with what they're going to be able to do later on in the generation.
Absolutely. Very, very impressive. Love what we're seeing, and definitely, it's impressive stuff, man. Impressive stuff. So we're going to jump right into Alex's question, which is kind of the second part. It's a two-part, and mostly with Xbox Series S And the first part of it was, what was it like to just work on like this super secret simultaneous project, right? That's going on that, most of the, media in the world does not think it's existing, but it existed. So that's part one, right? And then part two with the Xbox Series S is one thing we're seeing from the early install sizes of Xbox Series S games being much smaller in comparison to Series X. So we see them with Sea of Thieves, Dirt 5, and I believe I forgot what the third game is, but it's about 3 games I've seen so far. But like, how will storing a game on the storage expansion card of the Series X be impacted when you place that same card in the Series S, given that there is a size difference?
Yeah, so I mean, to your first question, it's always fun to be working on all kinds of things here, and obviously we listen to the community, we watch what's being chatted about, and sometimes the community is spot on with what we're working on, and sometimes they're wildly off. So to your point, it's kind of fun to kind of watch the speculation out there, but honestly for us it's just really exciting to actually just share what we really are working on and share kind of all the details behind it. So that's one of the fun parts of being on the inside of the industry is what the truth is, what the internet discussion is, and just discovering where that difference is.
You must chuckle sometimes about that, I know.
Sometimes, and then there's also some times where it's like, wow, how did they figure this out?
So we must have a leak somewhere.
Exactly. And on our side, we're all looking around like, all right, wait, who's doing what?
I know. So in reference to the second part, as far as the SSD, the expansion slot with the going from a Series X to a Series S, where the hard drive space is a little bigger on the game, how's that impacted on the S? Is there any change or?
Yeah, there's really no change. You can take the exact same storage expansion card, pull it out of your Series X and plug it into a Series S and just be able to boot the games directly from there. If you downloaded the game originally on the Series S and the developer's done the work to say, for example, you don't need the 4K assets on the Series S, when you plug that into the Series X, you'll be prompted to download those assets if you want to go ahead and use them. Nice. So we really focus on making it as easy as possible. The vast majority of people will likely only own one console. Right. So it really comes down to, if you're on a Series S, we want to be as respectful as we can with your available storage. Right. We want to deliver that same great next generation gaming experience. Right. But, for me personally at home, I switch between both consoles all the time. Right. And I just pull the storage expansion card out, plug it into the other one, and just pick up and play from there.
That is pretty impressive, especially considering like I said, not having to deal with the 4K assets and being able to make the game smaller on the S in respect to the hard drive situation there of a digital platform. Pretty impressive. So I want to let Saab jump off. I know he's got some questions, I think, in reference to machine learning.
Yes. So Jason, actually, in regards to what you were saying before about how you're excited about how the developers are going to be using the machine, 2 years down the line and really being able to use all the new sort of bells and whistles in the Series X and the Series S. So my big question is about machine learning. Because every console generation, you sort of hear about like the secret sauce, right? This magic thing that you've never seen before, and you're like, how does that even work? And when I heard about machine learning and what it was capable of doing with games running at lower resolutions, it seemed like magical to me. So my question is, to what extent do you expect these games, as the generation moves on, these games utilizing machine learning? And if I could give you a potential scenario and see if that's something that we can feasibly sort of be expecting, can we at some point see a game running internally at 720p or 1080p be up-res through machine learning to 4K in a way that is kind of indiscernible from native 4K? And if that is the case, then where does all that performance overhead go? Can we feasibly see that same game running at 60 frames per second and maybe like something that's comparable to ultra settings on a PC?
Yeah, I mean, To be honest, like theoretically, yes. You know, I think one of the things that's interesting for us is there's certain things that we do at the platform level that we can do to make all games better. So a great example of this is like auto HDR. There's no work that a developer actually has to go do. We can take advantage of that at the platform level. Another good example is like variable refresh rate. We do that at the platform level so that the developer doesn't actually have to code against that. So we make it easier for them. But at the same time, when it comes to other features like ray tracing or machine learning, we also provide direct access to that hardware to the developers as well. So they can actually choose to use those capabilities in different ways. So you're talking about like super sampling. There's certain things that we would be able to do at the platform level, but then a developer could also choose to use the machine learning for things like better AI, better animations. So this is kind of all the things that we work on very closely with the developers all across the industry. We try to make it as easy as possible for them, but also give them the flexibility to go even further than what we can do at the platform level.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, pretty awesome. So I want to shout out Lord King. Sadly, he's sick. He really was trying to be here. He was deathly sick to miss the legendary, JasonRonald. So shout out to the King, man. But this was his question in reference to it. He says, so what was the bigger priority as far as the design of the console? Was it the consistent power and efficiency of the box, or the overall size in regards to airflow and noise reduction?
Definitely performance. The form really follows the function of the console. You know, when we first started, we really set very audacious, performance targets. We knew we wanted to target 12 teraflops. We knew we wanted to really step up the CPU performance. We knew that we needed to go to SSD level performance, and that's what led to the Xbox Velocity architecture. So as we designed the system, we really made it a big challenge for the mechanical engineering team and the thermal team and the industrial design team to figure out how can we deliver all of this performance, deliver all of this power in the smallest form factor possible. And huge credit to the mechanical engineering and the industrial design team to come up with the design and the architecture that they put together, because we're super proud of how small the form factor is.
Yes.
And then when you look at something like the Xbox Series S, it is literally, when you actually see it in person, it is so small. And it's really incredible work by the teams.
Yeah, it truly is. I mean, like I said, just seeing the teardowns and you guys, in the studio, I believe with Digital Foundry, and just the form factor really impressed me. How you guys are able to get that tech in, and then also as far as ventilation and cooling and stuff like that. Very, very impressive, man. You guys are wizards. Also want to jump in as far as RDNA 2. So RDNA 2, we know the recent announcement with you guys at AMD, but I wanted to know like the importance of the feature set and why was waiting for the full feature set from AMD so important to the team and the development of the console?
Like I mentioned earlier, when you design a hardware platform like this, you're really setting the direction for the next 7 to 10 years. So it's critically important to us that we have all of these capabilities, even if, say, on day one, not all developers take advantage of them, or we haven't provided all the various capabilities. It's really with an eye towards where do we see the future of gaming going. Right. And the other thing for us is a lot of the benefits of RDNA 2, beyond capabilities like ray tracing and whatnot, it's really about the efficiency and how developers can be more efficient in how they use the hardware to deliver experiences beyond the actual raw hardware specs themselves. Right. Things like variable rate shading that allows developers to really put the GPU performance in the areas of the scene that really matter. And then, not wasting those cycles in areas where you're not going to see the difference, where it's, say, shadows or there's various blur effects. You look at something like sampler feedback. Sampler feedback allows us to go even beyond the memory performance and the I/O performance to deliver those transformative experiences. So we partnered really closely with AMD to really make sure that these consoles can deliver above and beyond the raw specifications.
Wow, it's pretty impressive stuff, man. Like I said, you saw the announcement, and like I said, hearing these features, and knowing that that full set is going to be there is very impressive and cool, as far as the development, knowing that you're going to get the most out of it. Another question we had as far as the back compat and 30 frames per second games. Now, we've seen from how, explain me if I'm wrong, right? From my understanding, if the developer has a frame rate unlocked, right, in the game, like for example, like a Witcher 3, that when you know the brute force of the Series X and the S can expand those frame rates out. But then we're seeing situations which surprised me, which was when you guys showed off, I believe, Xbox Wire, the Fallout 4, and from my understanding, that was a locked frame rate game that is now being boosted past that threshold. So the question is, will we see any more of that? Is that something that you guys have to work in conjunction with the developer? Is this another brute force tactic? Like, how is that possible? Like, I was really amazed by how you guys got Fallout 4 to do that.
Sure. So, you know, this is the one area that I will give the team credit of. They truly are magicians. You know, our back compat team really, like, it's beyond just getting the games to play. We want the games to play better than you've ever seen them before. So they really look at, you know, with all this extra headroom that we have on these next generation systems, this is well beyond the power that the games were originally designed for. So to your point, if a title uses things like dynamic resolution scaling or they have unlocked frame rates, we're going to run them with the full performance of these next-gen systems. So they're just going to run better than you've ever seen them before. But if you look at what we did with the Xbox One X as an example, taking an original Xbox game that was originally designed for 480p and actually getting it to run natively at 4K, that was through a lot of super low-level work that the team did. And the game doesn't actually know that it's doing it. And we're doing the same thing with some of these double frame rate scenarios where we're kind of faking the title out to get it to run faster than it was originally designed to. Some of the challenges with these techniques, though, is it won't work for all games. You know, we've had some games where we've actually tested some of these techniques out. The game itself runs at the higher frame rate, but say the crowds animate twice as fast. So, you know, we would never ship a game that way, but it's how the game was originally designed and how the internal timings within the title works. But we're actively working across a whole series of titles right now, and we'll have more to share about how we do it, as well as what games we'll be able to support it shortly post-launch.
So for those games that are blocked off and don't respond to the brute force of the machine, if the developer wanted to, could they go back in there and do that work to open up those frame rates and allow that to happen?
Absolutely. You know, a developer could choose to release an update to the title that either unlocks the frame rate or possibly add a performance or a quality mode. That's completely within the control of the developer. And then in many ways, that's kind of the easiest way to take advantage of the power of these consoles. But they also have to make sure it continues to work as they expect on last generation consoles as well. So it's ultimately a developer choice.
That's pretty awesome, man. Shout out to speaking to Bungie and getting them to get my game on December 8th to do what it needs to do.
Let me ask Lord Jason something real quick.
Go for it, brother.
Jason, you know, I'm a huge fan of a lot of older games. I'm just curious from your perspective of a game that was being worked on that, you know, it could be anything from The Witcher that you was excited to play on, you know, the Xbox Series X. Was there any like particular game that you yourself was excited about?
You know, to be honest, it's just really amazing to play any game from the back catalog and see how different and how much better it plays on this next gen system. You know, like there's games that I've played earlier this year on the Xbox Series X, and I hadn't played the game in like 6 or 7 years. Booted the game up, my game save instantly came down, so I'm transported to exactly where I was 6 or 7 years ago. And I forgot that the game even had load screens, because playing on the Series X, I never actually see the load screens. So I went back and played on my One X, and I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot that this game had load screens. You know, there's other games like Geometry Wars is one that I always talk about. The first time I played Geometry Wars with auto HDR, like that game was just stunning, you know, and it like, in many ways, it's the way I mentally remember it, but then you go play it without auto HDR and you don't realize how transformative that is. And then, you know, the other thing too is just there's a whole series of games that I think we all know and love that occasionally they'll drop frames, or maybe they'll be in a section of the game where it's like, oh yeah, we always saw dropped frames here. And now to just see them run buttery smooth, like that's how I remember these games, and that's how I want to play these games. So, I mean, to be honest, like I probably played on the order of, you know, 40 to 50 games this year on the Series X.
Wow.
It's just like, it's just so awesome that my entire catalog moves forward with me.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, you guys, I'm a huge fan of Final Fantasy, and I completely dropped 13, never played it.
You cut out.
When I saw the backwards compatibility, I was like, that looking nice. I can't believe Jason, his team got me trying to this game again.
Absolutely. So to your point, Final Fantasy is one of my favorite franchises of all time. I've played every Final Fantasy on the Series X, and I can confirm they all run and play better than you've ever seen them before.
Oh man, I can't wait, man. I got two more questions for you.
You just got my approval, man.
Yeah, he got the cosign. Once he said Final Fantasy, he's got the cosign. You know what I'm saying? So real quick, two things that really excite me, what you guys are doing. The pushing for 120 frame rate modes, hertz frame rate modes, and then also ray tracing, right? So the thing I'm really excited about is, again, coming from the PC mostly on last generation, to see these kind of modes in a console setting, giving the developers that flexibility, but also with the ray tracing, will there be a situation, because from my understanding, it's very performance intensive. So will there be a situation where, you guys give developers the option, or is this going to be purely a developer base to say, okay, ray tracing on like at 30 frames, or have modes where ray tracing can be disabled if people want to prioritize the frame rates in that case?
Yeah, this is totally up to the developer. We don't dictate resolution or frame rates or what features they need to, adopt. It really comes down to the developer knows their IP, their franchise, their game world, and their player base better than anybody else. So it's really up to them on how do I take full advantage of this. If you think about like a fighting game or a competitive shooter, to your point, in the PC space, we know frame rates matter. So that's why we added those capabilities. And even beyond just the raw frame rates, we optimize input latency end to end through the entire pipeline so that you get that most responsive gaming experience if that's critical for your game experience. And then there's going to be other games where it's going to be massive, large, open worlds, these universes that you want to be in. And it really comes down to, maybe visual quality is more important or things like ray tracing. So for us, it's really about providing a set of tools and a canvas to the developer and then really letting them deliver on that creative vision that is really important for their player base.
Absolutely. One last question before I pass it back off. Xbox, in reference to the Xbox controllers, and we know the new controllers, obviously you have that share button, and then also the latency has been improved, right? Tremendously. So the question, if I bring this OG bad boy into the frame, will I be getting some type of firmware update to actually kind of even maybe get closer to what the newer controllers from a latency standpoint, especially with things like xCloud and all these other things going on? Like, will that be in play from a firmware perspective?
Yeah, so all your existing controllers move forward with you, and they're available on day one. The new Xbox controller has DLI, or dynamic latency input, that really optimizes that. And then we're planning on bringing dynamic latency input back to the existing Xbox One controllers in a firmware update in 2021. So unfortunately, we weren't able to land it for day one, but we are going to bring that back because, to your point, the Elite Series 2 is one of my favorite controllers. I want that exact same experience. So we're going to bring it back in 2021.
Now, quick question. Now, this I may be asking a lot, but I have to ask it in reference to the Elite 2. Was the cool thing about the new one is the share button itself. So I know with the Elite 2, that button is kind of a toggle between modes. Is there any way that could be changed to a share button itself, like it mimic the other controller? No, it's just that's just the functionality of the controller.
Yeah, but you can also map any button to any function. So if you wanted to, you could map the share functionality to like a back paddle or one of the face buttons. So once again, it's totally in your control as a player to customize that experience. But you can absolutely map the sharing functionality to another button on the controller.
That is awesome. So I'm gonna give you one more.
You just made his week.
You made my week. I was like, because I need to take my screenshots. I love the new aspect of it because it reminds me of the Switch and how cool it is. It just the holding down for a minute, and it's just the ease of use. But so I want to give you another question. I know I've been going in.
We just talk so much about like the technical breakdown of the console. Like Tuesday can't get here soon enough, right? But Jason, as somebody who works on tech, I know that you guys are always looking forward, right? So regardless of the fact that you still have a couple of days to launch, and then we have this entire generation to think about, is there anything tech-wise on the horizon that excites you that for the future in a way that we haven't even talked about yet, like things that you can see being sort of integrated even into this console generation, or even moving beyond that?
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned super sampling and machine learning. There's a lot of opportunity here, and I think we're at the just very early stages of that. Clearly, we believe in it enough to have hardware acceleration for it in the hardware, but it's really about how do we take full advantage of that. And then I think the other thing too is, we're very gamer centric as opposed to device centric. So you mentioned RDNA 2 earlier. All those same capabilities that exist on Series X and Series S will exist on the PC as well. You talk about things like Project xCloud as an example. How, as a developer, can I build a game for these next-gen consoles and take full advantage of those same capabilities in the cloud? And then for you as a player, it's just really about how can you best experience your games on any device, whether that's if you're a primarily console player, if you're a PC player, or if you may never buy a PC or a console, you still want access to those games on your mobile device. So I think for me, that's really the exciting thing is how do we take this really immersive content and deliver it to players in all new ways that we've never been able to do before.
That's fantastic. Awesome. Absolutely. To that point about the cloud stuff. So when the beginning of the Xbox One generation, they obviously talked about how you could integrate cloud into like helping local machines perform better. And that sort of gotten away from that. Is that something that really can be utilized in this upcoming generation, or is that an idea that sort of didn't necessarily pan out in terms of how it works in practice?
I think we're really early in the cloud. Obviously it's super awesome to be able to play my games on my mobile device and stuff like that. You've seen some titles try different things like running physics in the cloud or some level of like cloud-based rendering combined with local rendering. So I think that's going to be an area that's just going to be full of innovation over the next 5 to 7 years, really figuring out the most effective ways to leverage the cloud to once again go beyond whatever the raw capabilities of the client device are.
Absolutely. Yeah, it definitely excites me. Because, I'm sorry, I'll give it right to you, Attic. Just because I know we've had Bill Stillwell on before, and he was, like I said, one of the pioneers when in terms of back compat and cloud. It's just so impressive to see what Azure's able to do, and hopefully those server blades get updated to the Series X one as eventually as it comes. But I'm gonna let you go, Attic. I just wanted to get that off.
So I'm the one that asks you all the silly stuff, because they ask you the serious stuff. I'm not a tech person. I don't ask you stuff I could never relate to. But I want to know, Jason, what is your most anticipated game for next generation?
Woo! We going there.
Ooh. I know about some games that nobody else knows about.
Well, obviously we're not referring to those games. We ain't trying to get people in trouble.
Yes, you were, Addict. Yes, you were.
Yes, I really wasn't. I was referring to games that have been announced. I wasn't even thinking about games that he knows that we don't.
I will say for me personally, in the near term, Assassin's Creed is one of my favorite franchises, just like Final Fantasy. So I'm excited for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And I also have to admit, I'm really excited for Cyberpunk.
Oh, yeah.
CD Projekt Red is an incredible developer, and I'm just really excited to see what they're going to bring with Cyberpunk.
Absolutely. I got to give this one to the chat because it's a raging debate. They super chat.
Yeah, I was going to ask.
I have to ask it because I have to respect the realm. With the recent announcement of the Mass Effect trilogy. Now, tread carefully, Jason. This is a very touchy subject, very emotional. Which Mass Effect is the better Mass Effect between Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2?
Oh, you're trying to get me in trouble.
I'm getting you in trouble. Hot seat.
Is that better with my mic?
Yes.
Okay.
If I had to say it, I'd say Mass Effect 2.
Oh, my man! The legend! The legendary! The wizard of gaming! The technical acumen! He knows the truth!
Jason, you was doing so good! You was doing so good!
You hear that, chat? Do you hear the creator of the Series X has told you what the law is?
Look at
correct.
the extraness that he's doing. Look at the extra.
That is my personal preference. I have nothing to do with number one is the best. I got a lot of flack from the community when I said I liked Final Fantasy 13. I totally
Look, Lord
that
Jason,
one hit me. That one hit me
Lord
hard.
Jason, man, that just settles it. I mean, it is what it is.
No, it doesn't. Time.
It's all right, Nobody's perfect. That's fine.
Oh man, and final, I know we got to get you out. We're getting closer in time, but just like, how's the energy from the team? Like, you're at the cusp, all the months. I mean, 4 years of development, and then 2 consoles, super secretive, amazing 2-SKU approach, and now we're at that week. Like, is it finally sinking in, and how's the energy of the team as we get closer?
Yeah, I mean, the team's super excited. To your point, the team's been working really hard. Building a new console generation is a tremendous amount of work. The last year of a console launch is very exciting, but obviously to do it when we're all working from home, I haven't seen people on the team for 8 months at this point.
Wow.
We didn't know how to build consoles without sending people to the factories.
Wow.
We didn't know how to build the operating system from our homes.
Wow.
And then obviously game development is super challenging. So I couldn't be more proud of how the team's come together this year to continue to deliver on that original vision we set out 4 years ago and to do it in a very difficult set of circumstances. Honestly, you said this week, we actually launched in 17 hours in New Zealand, the very first country in the world. So we are within the final 24 hours. And I think there's just a tremendous amount of energy within the team. But more than anything, it's just really going to be getting it in the hands of players all around the world. That's what motivates us. We're all gamers ourselves. We've been playing on these consoles for a while, and it's now to get it into your hands and get the feedback from the community.
That's pretty awesome.
You got myself waiting out in front of GameStop for 8 hours.
No, but I want to salute you because you made a valid point. And gamers, we forget the human side of this. We are going through a pandemic. All protocols, work from home conditions. I work in IT. I know what you're going through from a work from home condition. But I can't even imagine how console development and protocols significantly change, and for the team to be as agile as they are and still get this thing across the finish line has to be commended, man. Salute to you guys. The work that you do, the transparency by TeamXbox has been amazing this generation. So salute to you, man. We're gonna sign you off, get everybody on the realm, talk to you, and where can people find you, and tell them how excited we should be for this launch.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing is, launches upon us. The team's going to be playing with the entire community on November 10th. So we're just really excited to play with the community and just make sure that everybody's having a great time in this difficult time for all of us.
No doubt. An absolute pleasure. The tech wizard and Mass Effect 1 guru, Lord JasonRonald. From project manager of TeamXbox, man. Addict Saw, let's send our salutations off to the fine Lord.
Yeah, thank you for coming on, Jason. I know, especially on a Sunday, and you on the West Coast, so this is extra for you. I know that this took a lot, especially how hard you've been working on the launch, and for you to take time out of your day to come and chill with us, I appreciate it. And I'm sure our community loves it too. And I hope nothing but the best for you and your team.
Thank you, brother.
Cool.
So
Absolutely, Jason. I mean, again, for you to take time out of your day to drive to work and join us today, it exemplifies for me everything that sort of TeamXbox has been doing since the announcement of these brand new consoles. It's very forward-facing, honest approach to talking to your fans. And I think I think it really does show in the amount of love and support you guys are getting with the upcoming launch of these consoles. It really, the engagement that you have with the community matters to this community in a way that I don't think you guys are really going to see until come Tuesday or 17 hours, as you said, and people are going crazy for these consoles. So thank you very much for all the work you guys have done. It's like all your success is very well deserved.
Absolutely.
It's like I said, Lord Jason, I have one coming to me. It's coming to me in 3 or 4 days, and I'm so extra. I don't want to wait. I want to have it day one. So I have to wait outside that GameStop for like 6-7 hours to get my hands on that console.
You're funny. You're too much like Lord Jason, man. Thank you so much. I'm sorry.
And I'll definitely say from Team Xbox, thank you to all of you guys and everybody in the community.
Thank you.
We really appreciate everything that you guys do. We definitely listen to the community. We're part of the community ourselves. So just equally sharing that same positive feedback to you guys to drive the positive energy because we do it for you guys.
Much love, brother. Again, it's truly humble, man. Enjoy your Sunday. We are hyped. We are on the eve. Cannot wait and hope to have you back in the future as well to talk some more technical terms from the Series X to the Series S. Salute the legend, Lord Jason.
Cool.
Salute, brother.
All right. Thank you guys very much.
Have a good one, brother.
Cool. See you, man.
See you. So there we have it, man. Let's get these super chats, man. Yo, the
Yeah,
chat.
there's a couple of them.
Yeah.
Since we're a couple lords behind, you want me to see if I can get like Forte in here?
Well, you can work on it. I mean, it's fine. We're fine.
No, I mean, like, well, I'm just saying that while you're doing the super
you can do what you gotta do. That's fine. I mean, the main thing is take care of business.
Well, I know that's why I was just saying that. I didn't want to bring people and you just get you off guard.
No worries.
No. We have Eagles fan 76 with a $5 super chat. Can you guys maybe ask Jason this question? I want to use my Elite Series 2 as my controller. Will it have the same latency response as the new controller?
Already got you, brother.
Yeah, gotcha.
I saw you.
Yeah, I noticed you worded that. Because to be honest with you, we got through questions way quicker than I thought we were.
I'll be honest. Yeah, I was trying to breeze. I didn't know if we was going to, and it looked like we were in a good zone, so I just wanted to keep it flowing. So I saw the chat.
It was a good flow.
Yeah, I saw the chat, and yeah, man, it was cool. So you know, I had to try to take care of y'all. I saw it, so salute. You know what I'm saying, for people who tried to put some stuff in.
Yeah, then we have Eric Franklin with the $25 super chat. The Series S back compat is held back by the legacy of the Xbox One's 930 cap in many games. Other than Fallout 4, will we see any other Series S back compat games to 60 frames per second or higher resolutions that didn't do it on Xbox One? Yeah, we got you. Cog was keeping one eye on it. I was like,
baby.
Look at. Well, you know what's funny? I didn't even look at it.
I looked at it and I'm like, where can I fit this in? And I'm like, I'll let Cog do it because Cog is orchestrating the conversation. So I'm like, he'll fit it in somewhere.
I was talking to Cognito yesterday and I was like, just ask my questions. I want more. I want a better.
Just ask my. That was bad, Addicts World. That was bad.
No,
Forget about everyone.
Forget yourself.
Look at you trying to make this like about me.
You don't understand how funny that sounded.
And you trying to make it about me.
Okay, good. Give me praise.
I said for you to ask my questions, to have a better conversation flow, so we don't waste time going through three different parties.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. See, they're trying to. Look, I'm okay with you guys throwing the Addict World, but when it's not the Addict World, I'm not okay with it.
I apologize. I thought you made it into an Addicts World. I was like, that was the funniest transformation I've ever seen.
That was the funniest, like, selfish, like, man.
No doubt.
All right, then we have Slowmo Backslide with the $5 super chat. Morning, Lord. So is Jason confirming AMD's Super Resolution? Their version of NVIDIA's DLSS is available on Xbox Series consoles. Listen. He can't specifically say.
Yeah.
I imagine that as we get closer to what we are going to be calling next gen games, we will see how those games are developed and broken down. And I'm sure we're going to be hearing about this more and more.
You got to remember, guys, a lot of stuff is under NDA too. And, you know, with certain things, they can't speak on certain things yet. But I did see the Super Resolution. I know mine's a couple people, but I couldn't, in fairness to the situation.
Yeah, I had a feeling we weren't going to get an answer.
We're going to get that. Yeah, so it's going to be like, you have to pick your battles, right?
The biggest thing that I want the chat to realize is, like, when you're scheduling for interviews and stuff like this, like, we don't want the guests to feel like they're going to just come on a show and get with a bunch of questions that they can't answer. Right. Like, we want a good, engaging conversation, so we try to stay away from the stuff that we know for a fact they can't answer.
Exactly, because, again, it benefits no one. Time is wasted, so let's get some more productive questions that we know, figure that he can possibly answer. But yeah, salute to y'all for that, though. What else we got?
Then we have GMD Geek with the $3 super chat. I'm 200% glad they did 1440p native support too. Yeah. Absolutely. A lot of people are going to be running these consoles on their on PC monitors and whatnot. So 1440p really does help a lot. And if you have an X running in 1440p, the downsampling is going to look very pretty.
Absolutely.
Very, very pretty.
Absolutely.
Then we have Dan the Man Cunningham with the $2 super chat.
I like that name.
As Jason Mass Effect 1 and 2, we asked the question.
Who took care of you? Wait, hold on. I gotta throw the who did that for you for me. For y'all questions, because I snuck some in, son. When you know that wasn't on the agenda, but I had to start trouble with that Mass Effect. I need a who did that for you, man. You got to put Cog up in there, man.
Yeah, Cog looked out for you.
Looked out for the round.
Let me address something in the chat real quick. I see there's a bunch of stuff going on in that chat. Look, the console war stuff's cool. You know, you can do little petty jokes in there, but like if that's all that you're posting, our mods are gonna get you.
Yeah,
like,
anybody that got a wrench is on you.
And there's actually not a lot of people with a wrench. We really don't mod anyone that's in the chat.
No, continue. Thank you for who did that for y'all. Y'all appreciate y'all, man. Salute. You know it's always love. You know that. What else we got?
Sure. Then we have Rise and Grind with the $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated.
Rise and Grind.
Oh, Rise and Grind. Salute. That's the homie.
We got our man Neo Game Spark with the $10 super chat. Sunday is the Lord's Day. Shout out to the Iron Realm. Welcome, Jason. I've been using the Series X, and I salute every single person on the team for crafting a dope-ass machine. Best wishes on launch. Fantastic.
Bro, that's the homie. Shout out to Spark right now, man. He's doing it big. That's my guy right there. Salute. We know we're going to get you back in the realm too, brother.
Then we got family 108 Dragons TV with the $5 super chat. What's good, my brothers? Lord Lemon in the building. Jason, we all excited for the launch of Xbox Series X. Great job. And the community has y'all back all day. Lemon, I'm not sure, my brother, but since you were talking about, a theater seating and stuff like that, my assumption is that you're getting some crazy projector. That's my assumption.
You already know how he plays.
We'll see on Tuesday. Yo,
shout out to 108, brother. See you, man. Much love. Support his channel, man. He's doing a lot of stuff from a technical standpoint, helping a lot of content creators getting started, getting the right equipment, getting the audio, getting your setup together. So if you need help, please reach out to 108 Dragons. Subscribe to the channel, man. Boy, even help me out. Help me step our game up when we out there in the field on the interviews, man. 108, I see you, bro. Brooklyn, stand up. You already know. Salute. For sure. Then we got our brother Boom, Double Barrel Gaming with the $10 super chat. My brothers are killing it. I'm so proud of you guys. Wow, JasonRonald and ILP, mind blown. Thank you, my brother. Yo, Boom, thank you so much. You know we couldn't do it without y'all. You guys, absolutely. The likes, the retweets, the love y'all give the community. Spoon, you've always been a supporter for us from day one. It allows us to have opportunities like this. We're not the biggest, but we punch above our weight, and we feel we can hang. So to hear it from you guys, truly humbling. Thank you so much.
That means everything.
Yes. And because of this celebration, be looking at that chat. I'm about to drop a code in that chat.
Let's get them. Celebrate that round.
We got.
Continue.
I
ain't dropping
the way you said it was
I'm not dropping it yet. I want people to see it random.
Okay.
All right. And we got Black Ronin 357 with the $5 super chat. The Wizard blessed us with some facts, trivia, and good opinion on Xbox and gaming. Yes, the Wizard.
Yes, he did. Legendary. Let me get Clutch Man with the $5 super chat. Can't watch live, but just sliding in the question: is there a word on how and when consoles will go on sale at stores? Day boy, I don't think Jason can answer that one.
I'm honestly under the impression. I was at a Best Buy yesterday, and they said they're not having any in store. Like basically they don't have any extras in store. Yes. I would check anyway. Obviously, you guys heard. I think Walmart is doing some stuff where I'm assuming they have in store, and you can order online, and maybe you'll be able to pick up same day or the following day. So that's the way they're doing it. But we shall see. But some people will have, some people won't.
Right, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? What else we got?
And I dropped the code in there.
All right, cool.
Go get it.
I got Mortal Kombat 11. I don't be playing those head-to-head fighters, but I hear they're popular.
Shout out to the Aftermath. You know what I'm saying?
Then we got GMD Geek with the $20 super chat. Looking forward to AI machine learning being applied to gaming, evaluating, and fire teams loadout. XP in an instant, and then spawning an instance encounter more challenging for them. Right. Can AI machine learning keep games exciting, relevant longer? Thoughts? Again, he gave us an idea of how that's going to be happening moving forward. But again, that's why it excites me so much. This is when you talk about something that seems like it's magic, it's magic, and it allows these machines to sort of punch above their weight. Absolutely. Imagine getting to a point, and we've only seen it in NVIDIA stuff and whatnot, but they had games running at sub 720p, upscale to 4K, with very little difference in that and native 4K. Right. That is bonkers. Yeah. Because then all that performance overhead can go to
better image quality,
texture, image quality, all that other stuff. So it allows these machines to really punch above their weight.
That's why it's funny you said that, because that's why we can't get too crazy with the native resolution stuff is more, because image quality is key. If they can do more things with image quality, break down that overhead and use those resources elsewhere, and then still give me that hot frame rate. I'm with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But let me get Eagles fan, because I think this one was for me.
Man, cheating. It was only U.S. only. I'm sorry, you guys. There's only so much the Lords could do. You know, region stuff is like always an issue, and I apologize for that.
It's all good. It's all good. Let me get Eagles fan 76 $5 over chat. Thanks ILP for the question. You already know. Does this change how you feel about using elite controls until there's an update? Or are you going to try a both? I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, the Elite is just so good. I felt Jason's answer when he said you can map it, but I think there is something like that ease of use of the share just being there. So I don't know. I gotta see. I gotta experiment. I gotta get both of my hands before, you know what I'm saying, I can see, you know, so that's what it is.
So putting it to a back pedal is not good enough for you?
That's an extra step.
Yeah, I'm not about that. That's why, listen, I got a play and charge kit because I'm going to be using the core one when it out of the box. And then once we get the update, then I'll go back.
No doubt. Shout out to get Neo up in there.
Neo again. No, we have Dan. We have Dan the Man Cunningham.
You guys are being way too grateful to this week.
Yeah, y'all show love.
Yeah, you guys show mad love. We have Dan the Man Cunningham with the $5 super chat. All hail Lord Cognito. Thank you, sir. Much love to you. All in good fun, of course.
You already know.
All right, I'll take over for a couple. You've been reading for like 40 minutes.
Yeah, give me some.
We got a $5 super chat from 108 Dragon. David, get better, bro. Did I say it right?
No, you're right. My bad.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
My bad. I forgot. I didn't know what it was.
David, get better, bro. Wish you was here. Proud of you guys. A real positive podcast setting the example for the industry. And I type in caps because I'm excited.
Salute 108 Dragon in caps. Let's go.
We got a $10 super chat from Alvin. Story was great and spent 700 plus hours in the multiplayer. Best is Mass Effect 3. No question.
Now we'll give you this. Mass Effect 3's multiplayer is the best multiplayer out of, well, one didn't even have, so let's continue.
Not much
I gotta throw my slander, so
it's so good that they kicked it out of this version. we got a super chat from Oz, man. One of the fellow lords. He said, "Fantastic show as always."
Salute,
the reason I didn't say that currency, Moz, because I have absolutely no idea what that currency.
That's Poland. Shout out to Poland stand up. Yo, Moz, I got you. You know, I saw you on the frame rate on the back compact games. I got you, bro. Trust me, but I couldn't do the super resolution, but I got you on the frame rates, and it looks like there's something that they can still do with stuff that's locked, which is pretty impressive. Continue.
Yeah. So we got a $5 super chat from Michael, a.k.a. Betstar Finest. I don't know if I probably butchered that. My apologies. King is sick, so I will be petty for him. So PlayStation 5 can't do native 1440p, but this is the system people are going crazy for. Laugh my off. Trash station.
Messy.
Look, man, King's Army is going to take up the realm for him.
No doubt. Get Gerald Mack.
We got a $5 super chat from Gerald Mack. I told Cats on Twitter the ILP is doing big things. Shout out to the Lords. I appreciate you guys. We try, man. We try.
Appreciate you. What else we got?
And the chat completely shifted. Okay, we got a $5 super chat. Let me make sure. From Neo Game Spark. Lords of the Realm, do you know when the tanks will be restocked? It's a big boy size, and I need my 2X tanks.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Oh, you need 2X? I thought we saw. Check on that on the store. We should have the... Yeah. Oh, shout out to Forte in the building. I see you, brother. Pulled up. I didn't know what I'm saying. It's got the camera on and all that. Yeah, we should have the big boy joints. I will double check though, and let me know which one you want. Like, cause we got the flavors, baby. You want the long neck with the ILP. So let me know. But I think we should be fine. Maybe it's the size we don't have. I'll double check though.
So we got a $10 super chat from the commissioner, Sony commissioner himself, Optimus Code. Right. Imagine quality is the key. I can retire in peace out. Oh, image. Oh, no, I said it.
You said imagine.
You said imagine quality. See, look, what happens is I read it so fast that I always be like, it is not. It's okay. Your boy's an idiot. Your boy's an idiot, so we okay. We okay.
You know, me and you agree on that part. You know what I'm saying? Like, image quality is key, and I know we're so used to the game is so used to the 900p 1080p thing, and it's a different gen, man. It's a different thing. Things are different techniques are gonna make it.
You could pick up because I cannot pronounce his name to save my life.
All right. And we have Mariano Pompa with the $5.
See, I can say that, but I can't say it with that extraness that he does.
Awesome interview, Lords. Can't wait for the day you guys get Phil Spencer on the realm. Putting out into the universe. Thank you, Lord.
Put it out there. Put the dominance in the chat. Phil, we'd love to have you in the realm. King would love to have you in the realm. You know what I'm saying? If you got the time, we'd love to have the talk with you. And again, thanks to you guys. Again, you guys always help us get these things. If it wasn't for your support, we would not be where we are. So we're super appreciative. So thank you.
Nine Lives, someone said, as Addict using the DualSense mic. Is it sound that bad?
You sound a little, like robotish.
You roboted at the end with Jason.
Well, I apologize, you guys. Next week will be handled. What I need to do is I need to get off my lazy self and wire that
Yes.
Ethernet cord
Yes.
to my
But
PC.
you know, but Alec, you have your headphone mic up. Maybe it's using both
Maybe
of
using
them.
both, yeah. Because
No, I unhooked it
oh,
completely.
just now. All right. Anyway,
Okay.
time. Super chat. Let's go. We
Okay,
gotta get
we
topics.
have Italian Clowns with the $2 super chat. Our brother, and he has something for the realms. There's a code there. If you got that code from Italian Clowns,
I have no clue what it was.
shout out into the in the chat. Give a big up to Italian Clowns for doing that for the
Yeah,
realms.
salute the 4 guys with quarters, man. Salute. He's out here moving. Had a great interview with the Battletoads dev and a voice actor or actress, excuse me. And we caught up yet? What else we got?
Yeah, no, we have 108 once again with the $2 super chat. Saab, no projector, but the TV will shock you. Oh, now I'm super intrigued because I'm like,
No.
all right. Then we have one more. We have Stitch with the $2 super chat. We need native support for ultra widescreen monitors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
All right, man. We are all caught up, so we got to get and pay the bills, man.
Yeah, we got to pay the bills. As you know, we didn't do our regular Patreon giveaway and our YouTube giveaway last week because we were focusing on the big boys getting out there.
Mm-hmm.
So, as I say every month, thank you guys for all the support that you guys give us. This is because of you, so this is how we give back to you. So we're gonna start off, and as you know, since no bag was dropped off this week, I'm gonna make sure that you guys know that there's no funny business going on here. So I'm gonna go ahead and share.
I think y'all got giving people the wrong address. That's why that bag.
Forte in the realm. So, man.
I swear the address I got wasn't a PO box.
You told me, you was like, yo, why didn't your stuff, and I can't help that your check didn't go through.
Listen,
like, it's not my
I was
fault.
like, man, look, man, I personally called that man. I was like, look, man, what happened?
What happened?
What's going on? Yeah, it's not. You failed me. You failed me, man.
So what we got, Saul?
All
Let's
right,
get the bills.
let me do the screen share real quickly. Let me go to the random name picker. Are you guys seeing that?
Yeah, man. I got you. You good?
Okay. All right. So the winner of our $10 gift card giveaway is. Wait, what did I do?
At least I see my name this time.
Oh my God. Scrub nurse.
Does that sound better, you guys?
You sound like
No,
worse.
now you
sound
loud.
worse.
Now
Yeah, go back to what you was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Scrub
All
nurse,
right.
salute.
Congrats, Scrub Nurse. You know how to reach me
Congratulations.
on Twitter in the DMs.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now the winner of our $20 gift card giveaway is.
Let's go.
That creeps me out every time you do that. Every time you do that.
Sparty
on.
Sparty on. Salute.
No doubt, Sparty. Get at me in DMs, and we will take care of you with that gift card.
No doubt.
And now,
All right, does that sound better?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
cleaner, definitely. All right, now on to our Teespring giveaway.
Let's get that
And
drip.
the winner of our Teespring giveaway is.
Got that drip.
Michael Owen. Fantastic. So Michael, get at me. If you're on YouTube and you know you don't have any other sort of means of contacting, get at me at Lords of ILP on Twitter. And I will get you all the information that to get your stuff out to you, because Teespring is actually better now. People are getting their
stuff on time.
On time, yeah. In the time
I can't really blame them though. Like that was during the pandemic.
It's crazy. But like people were waiting like 2 months for this stuff. Like, and then they weren't telling us that there was an issue.
Exactly. That was definitely their fault. They should have been more transparent. They should have took a page out of Microsoft slang.
What else we got?
So that's it on that. As I was saying right before Jason came on, big shout out to Keezy Will 26 for his donation of 3 months of Game Pass Ultimate to the winner of our Xbox Series X, Big Bad Mo. So I will get that to you.
Code
in
is
your
loose on the screen. Your code is all the way loose.
Okay, my bad.
There you go. There you go.
All right, let me hit the stop sharing.
Yeah, how about that? How about you stop snitching on yourself and giving up codes? There you go.
That's an oh man.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's a wrap.
If guys, don't do that.
Guys, don't do that. You know it's a wrap.
The Iron Bank will replace it. It's fine. It's fine.
No. So we all set up with us.
Yeah, we're all set up once again. Thank you guys and congratulations to the winners. Like I said, you guys, we cannot do this without you.
No doubt. So you already know. So look, we got to get this poll popping. Got a couple things going on with the topics. We got Lord Forte in the realm. Salute, Brad Podcast, DPS Podcast. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Forte? How you doing, sir?
Oh man, I'm good. You know, it's a rare day that I'm not sitting in the store getting ready for. You know, they gave us schedules we had to like really support this week, and I was like, man, can I just have like Tuesday and Thursday off? And then I thought about it, I was like, oh, PlayStation comes out on Thursday. Can I have Friday off? And it's like, oh, Call of Duty comes out on Friday. I'm like, fool.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I guess I got to take Sunday off then. So, but it's always good because when the Lord's call, I can come.
Appreciate you, brother. I know it's rare we get you, so we had to get that in.
So I don't know if you can answer this, but
1 day early, 2 days early.
Will you be having extras in stores?
Every store will have extras.
Okay.
I can answer that. I just can't tell you how many.
That's fine.
All right, no doubt. So let's get into this poll, y'all. We got a lot of show left. We just got to get this thing rolling. Last week's poll results are in, and the people have spoken to the question. With Halo Infinite losing another top director during its development cycle, which course of action do you think 343 should take when releasing the game? The winner of the four-way ILP poll at 56% of the vote was delay until the completed version of Halo Infinite is ready. Coming in at second at 20% was I don't care, it's y'all fault for bullying Craig. Third place at 14% was separate Halo Infinite single player and multiplayer. And last place at 8% of the vote was scrap the initial vision entirely, remake with a new graphics engines group. Lord Forte, your thoughts, sir, on what the people
Let me
said?
say something real quick.
Yeah. Hurry before I jump off.
Yes.
The biggest thing I love is when someone wins something there in the chat live. Michael Owens said, sorry, that was a total shock. I will give you my details after the show finishes.
Salute. You know what's up, Forte?
Yep. So everybody that said separate the game, jump off the Ambassador Bridge.
Oh, throw them
jump
straight
off
in the
of
bitches.
whatever bridge is in your state. Jump off of whatever. Just make sure there's nothing there to catch you. We don't need you anymore. Because, that is like, listen, man, we can't be giving that type of energy to Microsoft. They already thinking about it.
Yes.
They was like, oh, we're thinking about doing it. It's like, no, when you think Halo, you don't think just one part of the game. You think of the whole thing.
Preach, bro.
I don't want part of the game. I want to be able to enjoy the single player and pivot to the multiplayer. And when all of those fraudulent people that don't play Halo day one want to say, hey, yo, can play the campaign with me, I can go back and play the campaign with them at any time and stuff. So I don't want it to be separate. Look, man, everybody knows that the game needs to be delayed as long as possible. How long? Some people probably think it's only going to be to like the end of the year. I think this game ain't coming out next year. This game ain't coming out to 2022. Hey. I think there's too many now, unless they're not making the major changes that a lot of people think they're making, because I think they're completely overhauling that game to an extent where it won't look unrecognizable, but the things that they're doing, you got to think about it. They delayed a game that was literally coming out in a month or 2 months at that time. So they have to really show out with that game when they finally do show it again. So I think they're going to take a lot of time to make sure that they are unapproachable when it comes to what that game looks like, what that story is going to be, and how that multiplayer is going to feel. And trust me, they ain't going to make sure that game has probably not a single bug, but to the point where bugs are like 1% of the game at that point. That's the type of state I think that game needs to release in when they show it again. So 2022, probably early. I don't think they'll have a chance to wait to the holiday, but think about it and it sucks because they have a bunch of they have no other games really on the horizon to really look forward to for first party. So a lot of people don't want to hear that, but that's what I would tell people. That's what you should be hoping for. If the game could come out earlier, then we good. But it needs to come out in a perfect state so people can actually believe in the Halo franchise all over again.
Perfect state and complete state, especially with how it was not received. So I'm with you, Forte, man. Let's get any super chats because I got to go jump into the topic. We good?
Yeah, we got a couple of super chats. We have first off. We have Scrub Nurse. Shout out to Scrub Nurse. I'll get your code to you later on. Listening to the podcast while putting in that OT. Shout out to the Lords and all that in the chat. Then we have Stitch with the $3 super chat. Now I'm intrigued about the games he knows about. I mean,
he did say
you gotta know about everything.
Yeah, he probably seeing the initiatives, Butters. He probably.
I really wasn't trying to do like some like spy stuff.
You was also nefarious stuff. Yeah.
I would know. I was really on that. I just want to know what he's the most like. I thought it was gonna be like something like Fable. I wasn't asking, yo, what's the games you ain't announced yet?
It's so good.
Then we have one more. We have Tazuichi with the $5 super chat. Mass Effect 1 over all else. It went downhill after that. Wasn't even an RPG after what I said.
You already heard what the wizard said. Like it's over for y'all. Like,
you know what?
The creator of the Series X already deemed it so. It's like the Bible, and on the first day Mass Effect 2 was decided.
The amount of talking of this Mass Effect, we're gonna have to give a Mass Effect.
We do it, and we're gonna do a Mass Effect. We're gonna do a Mass Effect special podcast, and we're gonna paddle together a couple of people.
It's gonna be lit. That's gonna be the best weekend gaming right there when that game comes out.
Actual Slow-mo, holla at me. We know we ride it anyway. We caught up.
Yeah, well, wasn't even an RPG after one. Hold on, let me finish this one up. We have Sup Lords, Sup Forte, Jesus Glover got a chin, and Tiago's Power. I frauded last. I didn't watch any UFC.
I only watched the Boza fight versus Arlovsky. I didn't get a chance to see them yet.
Are you guys, when it comes to the Mass Effect, are you going to wait for the game to be out for a little bit?
Yeah, like a week before, I would say. Or you want to do a cast?
If you give me enough time to beat it.
All right, cool. So what we could do is we could wait. Yeah, we could wait like the week after. But the thing is, we'll talk with time on myself. We'll talk about that after the game.
The question is, are you going to wait till people beat all three?
Right.
That's the thing. You know what? That's one thing I thought about.
That's 30 hours per game almost.
We should do more podcasts with like breaking down games. We should definitely do that.
And our debates are fire, even when Sav disagrees with me.
But you don't need to be breeding that Among Us energy in here. Yeah, when we play Among Us, it's always Addict's fault.
Oh, we caught up because we got to move on.
No, we got Alvin with the $5 super chat. They said they're updating the game over 10 years. It can't be complete on day one because of the nature of what the game is. Times are a changing. That's true. Then we got J-Dub as a chill. No, we have Black Ronin first off. We have Black Ronin with the $5 super chat. Should I camp out at GameStop or try ordering online at the other retailers?
Camp out.
Camp out. That's the guaranteed way.
Yeah.
No doubt. And seriously, if you get early.
Yeah, if you can, the thing is, if you can guarantee yourself, most stores, I don't know every store, but most stores are supposed to put signs on their door to let people know how many they have so they can avoid people camping out overnight for no reason. If you could walk up to a door and you're like one of the first 3 or 4 people, then I would stay there until the store opens.
No doubt. No doubt. All set.
So you could be there about 10 hours.
We all set, so?
We got J-Dub as a shill with the $5 super chat. Lord Sovereign, please don't make fun of me. I'm new to this stuff and I got your message. Yeah, J-Dub.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Please collect your PlayStation 5. Thank you, sir. You won it.
Then we have one more. We have JD Gamer. No, we have 2 more. We have JD Gamer with the $5 super chat. Just wanted to say congratulations to the ILP on your JasonRonald come up. Forte, I'll be waiting outside of your GameStop to get that Series X.
Why I gotta be his GameStop? You gonna be
then we have Mike Archangel 80 with the $5 super chat. It's Skew Forte. Have you tried Xbox Series X with an ultra wide monitor?
I wish.
I know.
I wish they won't give us ultra wide support.
I know. Hopefully it comes.
Then we got Lord Fonz being messy, the grounded gamer with the $2 super chat. Halo Infinite remains trash until proven otherwise.
Oh my God, Fonz!
You know what?
You've been messy on RDX too, Fonz. I've been seeing you.
Some people would say.
Let's be 100% real. He's on to something with that.
Time.
If you show me more on making the game look bad than you show me on making the game look good, I have to assume it's the latter.
Time. We done beat Halo into the death. Are we caught up?
Yes, we are.
All right. We got show to do. Anyway, so we got the medium up, y'all. So look like the statement was made. Shout out to Bluebird team. So after much careful thought and consideration, today they have made the difficult decision to delay the launch of the medium to January 28th. And the reason why they said it wasn't an easy choice to make, but one made due to the COVID-19 situation in Poland, as well as the current schedule of other games on the market. Bluebird team remains committed to delivering our biggest, most ambitious, fear-inducing experience to date. So then that was the main statement that went out on Twitter. So I want to bring this to the realm real quick. One, was this the right move to move their date? You know what I'm saying? Because of Cyberpunk. Or should they have stayed on their date because they're kind of in the Game Pass lane. Because I know I've had this discussion with King before. We on kind of opposite sides of the fence here. So let's get the guests, because I don't know how long Forte's got with us. So Forte, like, where you at, man? Do you think they should have? There was the right move, get away?
Oh man, they as soon as Cyberpunk dropped in their lap, it was like, yo, we here. I don't know what you gonna do.
I don't know what you gonna do. We here.
But we here. And me and you and Kai was in a party talking about this. We was like, yo, bro, they gonna have to move.
You know what's funny? I think
by hook or crook, they gonna have to move. I don't care if they in Game Pass. Listen, you gotta, this is the whole narrative. Them being the only Xbox exclusive game that was gonna be available in any time frame of the system coming out outside of course, Gears Tactics.
Yes.
Them being the only one would have got so much media attention because there's like, yo, Xbox's first game that they're releasing that's next gen coming to Game Pass. And what happens? The biggest game of the year literally drops in their lap. So now all the articles that day are going to be about Cyberpunk. How does it run? What is the what's the load screens looking like? You're gonna see like 1,000 articles that day. The whole week is gonna be about Cyberpunk. Nobody gonna be thinking about the median. So they needed to move it. So if they could take that time to polish the game to make it look a little bit better, I don't think they're really doing anything. This is just them. This is them just using the whole. We need to delay the polish for reasons to get the heck away from an 8,000-pound gorilla. I'm with them. They needed to do this because they're only delaying it for a month, basically.
Yeah.
To January 21st, which I think is probably an even better date for them because it's going to hit right before February, where a lot of people, like most other, like Far Cry comes out around that time, so you give yourself like 2-3 weeks before Far Cry.
Far Cry got pushed. It got pushed.
Oh, it got pushed?
Oh, yeah, it's right. It got pushed.
Oh, wow.
So they gave themselves basically a month and a half away from Cyberpunk. So by that point, people that did play Cyberpunk will probably be looking for something else to play that's a little bit different. So I think this is a good move, but it kind of had to happen. CD Projekt Red forced their hand on this one.
What you think, Alec?
It's like, wasn't there a game that pushed himself back forward a little bit a couple days? Like, I remember Pillars of Eternity. They have an expansion coming out, and they pushed their game a little bit. The first time they delayed it, they pushed their game because they delayed it that time, and then it's funny because then they delay their game again. Cyberpunk does. So then they delay their game again because of Cyberpunk.
Yeah, man.
So they have delayed their game 2 times over Cyberpunk.
It's interesting, man. Soft, where you at? Was it the right move, or could Game Pass could have held it down for them? And
man, I gotta disagree with King on that one. Like they needed to move regardless of Game Pass. It's like Forte said, like no matter what, the conversation that day is going to be Cyberpunk, no matter what. And I appreciate that in their statement they stated, certain other games coming out. They said it like they're like that. They said it. They're like, nah, man. Like respect. Like, no, I'm out of here. Listen, you guys remember what happened to Rise of the Tomb Raider when it launched the same day as Fallout 4? Like it was. What's wrong with you? What are you doing?
Get your ego
and they doubled down on that date, and it was like, why are you doing this? No, you walk away. You walk away. Yeah, you walk away from the 800-pound gorilla. You don't have you don't fight the 800-pound gorilla. You don't do that.
Yo, go toe to toe with them dudes.
Go toe to toe with them.
Game Pass off, but Game Pass.
You saw what happened to Titanfall when Titanfall had to do that.
Maybe it's a little better because of Game Pass, but at the same time, it's like, why take the chance? Like you might get a little bit more. I mean, you'll never know because obviously we can't live in alternate realities. But it's just like, why take the chance of losing some cells when you could just delay it a month and get those cells anyway? So like, and you might delay yourself out of the holiday completely, which they did, and get way more cells because you're not competing with half the market.
And that's even the sales thing aside, right? It's just mind share. If nobody's talking about your game the day it launches, and remember, Cyberpunk is a game that people are going to be talking about not for a day, not for a week. It could be a month, right? But at the very least, you give yourself that distance that you have your own day to yourself, right? Barring the fact that any other game decides to launch on their new launch date, they have it to themselves. And the fact that it is sort of that sort of Xbox exclusive directly into Game Pass, people are going to want to hear what this game is and how good it is, right? And if it's a good game too, you don't want it to get buried.
Absolutely.
Right?
I agree. I mean, look, shout out to King. I know he's going at it and stuff like this. And I definitely heard where he was trying to go with the whole, the Game Pass thing. But again, it's like Forte said, like, to me, it's just even from the simple standpoint of the news and the press media run that will smother you when Cyberpunk drops. It's a different thing. And to be real with you, Saab, like, it's few games that could straight debo you out your spot. Like, Call of Duty is one of them games, right? You don't really want to be around that joint. I would think maybe like a Last of Us 2 or a God of War. You know what I'm saying?
Like, they literally rolled up on their date and mushed them and was like, get out. Like,
it would be different if we haven't seen actual scenarios where a game flops because they don't do it. We saw Tomb Raider get obliterated because of Fallout 4. Bro. They felt like they were worthy enough and they were tall enough to compete with Fallout 4.
We see EA do it to themselves.
Yeah, with Titanfall. Like,
no. Yeah. At the end of the day, look, man, shout out to Bloober Team for standing tall on it. Like, keeping it true with the press release. Like, yo, fam, I love the fact of they even said it. Like, do the other games.
Exactly. Like, admit the truth.
Admit the truth, because we know it's the truth. So you ain't fooling nobody. And that's why I got to respect Bloober Team. I've never seen that level of transparency, except one developer, and Addict knows. Shout out to the original creators of XCOM that's making that game, Phoenix Point.
Yeah.
Yo, while we got the press release from Lords of Gaming, right? Shout out to Phoenix Point. Shout out to their PR. They like, yo, we ain't even gonna BS you, y'all. Y'all know why we moving from December 10th. They straight up said no one's going against Cyberpunk. So we moving up a week early so you could go cop us before. Yo, salute the jokes. I respect it. Listen, when Big Debo Project Red come through, you gotta move, baby. You got to move. Who bike is that? It's their bike. Get out the way. Get out the way. You know what I'm saying?
It could have been. It could have been a little different if it was a physical release. With this being the digital only, it's easier to move the game when you're not really. Yeah, you're trying to go after sales for the holiday. But they're not going to sell as much as a game that's going to be physically in a store where hundreds of people are walking in and they see them, and that's where people like impulse buy a lot. Right. And plus, the game's not going to be on sale because the game is just releasing and it's in Game Pass. So they're looking like we're still going to get the visibility in January, just like we're going to get in December, because we're not on a storefront. We're in a digital ecosystem. So we're not losing anything there. And probably think about it, Game Pass. What's their subscription number going to be after the holiday? How many more people that are buying Xboxes this holiday are going to be getting Game Pass over the holiday versus now? Is it possible that Game Pass can add another 2-3 million people over the next month?
Facts. Yeah.
And if they do, that's more people seeing them. So they smart about it, but trust me, they said it right in the release. We're moving because of this one thing. And let's just hope it works out on the other side.
Facts, man. Gotta love it. And I always feel like I like when games do that, like that first quarter, that January to March. I always feel that's a sweet spot. See, I think gaming sometimes, Forte, I don't know if you agree with me, like sometimes they try to pack everything in that holiday, November, December. And as a gamer, that's why I tweeted like selfishly, I'm like, I'm happy because you giving me a chance to breathe. I could space these releases out from a content creator standpoint and as well as a game enjoyment standpoint. So salute to Bloober, man. I think they did the right thing, man. But that's what I got. Anything else before we move on? Any chats? Anything else before we move on, sir? Are we a good, Sav?
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. Good. Hold on a second.
I know this is completely gaming unrelated. The dude who hosted Jeopardy for all those years just died.
Oh, Alex Trebek?
Alex Trebek passed away.
I was just thinking about that we hadn't heard from him, and I know that his battle with cancer was he was kind of quiet.
It's all over Twitter right now.
Rest in peace, Alex Trebek, man. That's my childhood. Jeopardy, grew up with that, man. Daily Double. Man,
Daily Double.
Damn,
wow,
that hits home.
R.I.P. Alex Trebek.
Hard year so far, man.
Yeah, 2020 has been.
Look it up now at the end, but it's hard. Absolutely. Still hard.
I agree, man. What's up? Anything else we got? Okay.
Yeah, we got 2 super chats. We have Spartan Ghost 17 with the £2 super chat. I'm here for the needs to be collected, Lord Saul.
Oh,
well, King isn't here for me to collect his knees, so I don't know what knees you're talking about because
they're saying you've lost the King. That's the new rhetoric now.
I don't know. People are really good at making things. It feels like they've gone to the Donald Trump school lying. Because politics. But no. See, King is refusing to give me his knees, and that's fine. He can hold on to him as long as he wants.
He don't want to concede.
No, he don't know. There's no concession.
Moving away from politics. We caught up with Super Chats.
We have Michael Askew Jr. with the $5 Super Chat. This game moved out the way as fast as Lord Saj did when avoiding them knees. Yo, these two tag teaming. And all I can say is that King really has you brainwashed because some of that money that King makes back from those consoles that he sells on eBay, I'm gonna need him to, get you guys some reading lessons. Y'all just don't seem to understand.
We're gonna have
we caught up now, sir.
Yeah, we're gonna have, when the consoles are officially out next week, we're gonna have to completely put this bet away entirely.
Yeah, I'm so confused.
There's nothing to put the bet over.
Then you will say your case next week on
it's all like I didn't agree to any of the stuff that was said in that bet, so it don't apply to me.
Yeah, I agree. I am on soft side.
Like, how is there a bet when there's no agreement by both parties? You can talk all you want. You blah 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 blah. It didn't mean nothing to me. Like,
anyway, moving on. Speaking of the Lord King himself, this is his topic, man. We got to talk about Sega, and he wanted to bring this to the realm. Shout out to them. Looks like Sega Sammy, man, arcade business looks like they're selling the arcade business to Genda Inc. I never heard of them, Genda Inc. So yeah, it looks like Sega.
Why are they selling it? Don't you?
Why are they selling this?
It's because Microsoft don't need
it. Here we go. Sega Sammy has announced it will sell the majority of its shares in its Sega Entertainment division to Japanese amusement rental business, Genda Inc. So the announcement went out to the shareholders today. And yeah, man, just I guess COVID and then the struggles with the closures of Sega's famous, I can't pronounce this, Akihabara arcade?
Akihabara.
My man. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so it looks like that is going down. Looks like GameIndustry.biz, shout out to them with the article. They broke it as far as reach out to Sega for comments. So King brought this to the realm and he wanted to discuss the implications of this and also in typical King fashion, how it may relate to Microsoft. So, Lord Forte, let's get right into it, man. Are they ripe for the picking? Should Phil swoop in?
Man, okay, so basically what everybody's thinking is
how do we know they haven't already swooped in?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so the thing is, normally when a company is getting ready to get absorbed by another company, when it's bigger, all your assets usually freeze in place. So you don't make any drastic changes to the company because people have to go in and they have to evaluate everything and make sure everything's on the up and up. That's why you don't see any major movings. That's why, especially like perfect example, like when GameStop was trying to get bought. They didn't want to do anything until the CEO was in place because all that stuff has to be structured so the company know that comes in, they know what they're getting. So the fact that they sold this off right now kind of leads to the fact that they're not going through an acquisition phase right now because they wouldn't be changing anything that drastic in their bottom line. I just think, just like they said, due to COVID, like that's probably one part of their business, the arcade side of it, that is really struggling a lot. They're doing really well when it comes to everything else, but just like every other company, you got parts that are doing really well and really bad, and then you're just like, okay, well, we want to remain profitable throughout this holiday. We want to post on the green side, not the red side, and if we cut this now, it's a possibility that overhead could get absorbed by what we do throughout the rest of the year. And it also could be in preparation of knowing that acquisition is coming up within the next calendar year, so they want to get their books in order before that starts taking place. So it doesn't say that it can't happen. It just says, as of right now, don't look for Sega to be purchased by anybody within the next 6 to 7 months, because they wouldn't make this change right now if that was the case, because that company would want to assess everything they have right now as a business if they're going to acquire them in the next couple of months.
Fair enough. Lord Addict, is he step away? Are you still there? See cameras off. he may have stepped away. So let's get right into Saw, man. What do you think, man? What's the realisticness of this?
Well, I don't know if you guys remember. I don't remember if we talked about it on the show or we just talked about it on the side. But do you remember a couple of months ago that Sega was talking about kind of using the cloud to sort of project all of their arcade stuff to homes, and this was sort of the response to COVID and people not being able to go into the arcades. Obviously, that is a humongous undertaking to do in a couple of months and sort of shift all of that in a way that's meaningful and allows you to continue your business. So I don't think, I obviously it seems like none of that panned out, and you know, they had to sort of abandon ship. So the thing about it is that it seems like they're going to continue to make arcade games. The thing is that Genda will purchase those games now, as opposed to them having to foot the bill for having the locations and continuing to run those machines, much like they did when they exited the hardware business long ago. It's just them sort of producing games and selling them out. So it does make a hell of a lot of sense for them considering the situation they were in. Now, how that bodes for them maybe being purchased at some point, I do think it makes it more interesting because now they've sort of absolved themselves of this entire aspect of their of their business and basically mostly focusing on home console development.
And not to cut you, Sal, but wasn't the point of contention before that the reason why Microsoft might not be interested was because they had these other ventures, whether it be arcade, Pachinko, and all that stuff. So if that, I got to give my boy King some love here. Like with that part being now out of the question, I do hear what Forte's saying, and he is right as far as not, you know, usually doing these type of moves if you're looking to be acquired. No, we're gonna get it. But my thing is, I know I see Stitch, but the thing is, like, you know, that division that wasn't really of interest to Microsoft, now that it's gone, do you think that may play a factor here?
Absolutely, because again, it's nice and clean and neat now, right?
It's neat to be snatched.
It is, exactly. It's very nice and neat. You know, if Microsoft would be interested in them, or anybody in the regular gaming space would be interested in them, it would need to be that focus on the console gaming, right? And those studios that are making games for console and PC. So everything else is something they wouldn't want. And being that the way Sega is structured, all of this is sort of together under one umbrella. They would have needed to do that. So like Forte said, this could be a harbinger of what's to come, them sort of cleaning house and making sure they have that one focus so they look more appealing to somebody willing to purchase them. Would I love Microsoft to take them? Absolutely. I guess, again, we've said this for years now. To me, when Sega left the console business, the Xbox sort of became that platform, the surrogate Sega platform.
I agree.
So for me to have them in that ecosystem and to have, you know, the way Phil sort of runs things where it's like, you guys do your thing. Here's money, do your thing. The games will be going into Game Pass, and to see the possibility of all of those old franchises coming back in some way, shape, or form is interesting and fantastic. Because to me, on their own, they're going to pick and choose what they bring back, right? They're going to keep making Sonic because that makes them money regardless of the quality of the games. Like, you know, things like that. Obviously, Yakuza is big for them. Yakuza is getting big in the West now, so that's huge. So they are sort of ripe for the picking by a sort of Western platform holder to sort of bring them into the fold and bring the Sega name back up to what it used to be.
And you know, King isn't being delusional about this either. So it's like there's a lot of like solid things going around that would really make you think Microsoft is acquiring them, or if not have already acquired them. Like I said, there's a rumor that they bought Sega, and remember that rumor that Sega is supposed to take over the Xbox brand in Japan?
Yeah, I remember that.
So I mean, and then they're right now in the past month they have been taking Sega's name off buildings in Japan.
Look,
so I mean, that's weird. You got the fact that all of a sudden it's not just been one or two games; it's been multiple games that's coming to Game Pass, and now we got this new Yakuza is an exclusive to the next gen Xbox platform.
Right.
So it's just like there's a lot of things that is really starting to point that's like, you know, there might be something going on here. I don't know if it's a purchase. I don't know if it's not a purchase. And to be honest with you, like, you know, I do think that's something that they would consider doing.
Yeah. Let's get these super chats, then I'll jump in.
We have Stitch with the $5 super chat. Knee for knee, Solve is losing. I don't understand.
What? Knee for knee?
Is he demanding a knee recount? There's no need to recount. There's no recount needed. It's a wrap.
On you today, son.
I think he's saying that you're the Trump.
King is sick, and the realm is like, nah, we riding.
Yo, but the thing is, y'all gotta remember, y'all not built for this. Y'all not really, right? Me and King go at it because we both built for it. Y'all don't want that. Y'all really don't. Y'all really don't. You know, I know King makes y'all feel confident. Y'all don't want to smoke with me, yo.
Spicy.
Let's be real. We know exactly what type of toppings he gonna eat your knees with.
Let's get the rest of the super chat.
Yeah, then we got Ray G4 with the $2 super chat. Get well, King. No doubt. I think King is. I think he's been able to be like a little bit kind of on Twitter or whatnot. So he's kind of awake.
Kind of watching from the distance. No doubt.
Then we got JD Gamer with the $5 super chat. Microsoft is not buying Sega with pachinko machines. i.e. they don't want the Sammy part of Sega. No need or desire for it. Microsoft is not into gambling. Yes, Sega Sammy, they don't want or need that part. Now, the Sammy stuff is interesting though, because then you get into all like the Guilty Gear and stuff like that. I want that.
Yeah, I want that.
Yeah, give me that. Give that.
All right, so we caught up.
We are caught up.
I forgot that's a company that could make Killer Instinct.
No, yeah, man. Look, at the end of the day, you know, for me, it's like it's a glimmer of hope. You know what I'm saying? But I'm kind of leaning towards Forte right now. Look, I'm a nostalgic. I'm a Sega kid, but it's like at this point, it's just like I gotta be honest. Look, do I want it to happen? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? But realistically, we gotta look at it too. Like sometimes it's like it reminds me of the Bungie deal in a sense. Sometimes like what the fans want might not necessarily be the best interest of the actual company, when in reality they can still get what they want without acquiring them. You see what I'm saying?
My thing too is, at the end of the day, we really got to see what they do with Bethesda before I want them to buy another publisher. Listen. It's like right now they got so much on their plate. Do we really want Microsoft to double down again? And then, like at that point, are they going to be able? Are they going to be able to manage all of that? Like
this is the thing. Like people's assumption that they're sort of spreading themselves out too thin, right? And they
that's why they're keeping so much of Bethesda. So Bethesda, they don't have to do all this stuff Bethesda does. Like they kept the publishing arm because at the end of the day, they don't want to have to, put all of their responsibilities on Microsoft's PR. So they have their own PR department that goes through Microsoft's PR.
At the end of the day, like I said, it reminds me, like I said, Forte knows what I'm talking about in terms of the Bungie deal. Do I want Microsoft to acquire Bungie? Yes. But at the end of the day, if they're able to get Beyond Light, all their IP, all the stuff that matters, which is Destiny, right? You know what I'm saying? Then you're still accomplishing the same goal. They still have Yakuza in Game Pass exclusive, whether it be 6 months to a year, whatever it is.
Huge.
And that's a huge really deal, right? So to me, it's like, you ain't got a trick on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got a trick on the chicken. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's the thing with Sega. Sega maybe doesn't have the same leg to stand on that a Bethesda had to stand on. Like, if you come out, it might have been a different conversation if Microsoft goes to Todd Howard and it's like, we want Starfield for a year exclusive, and Todd Howard looks at them and says, it doesn't. That doesn't work for us. Like. Right. We might give you some extra, like maybe some DLC or something like that, but it doesn't work for us if we know we're going to make all this money across all the platforms, right? So Sega doesn't have that leverage necessarily.
That's what I was saying. That's what I think. I honestly think sometimes as fans, sometimes we overrate a little bit of that value. But anyway, real quick, shout out to Kurt and JD Gamer. They said we missed some super chats, so let's just double check with the super chats because we definitely want to get those.
No, we have right at the end. We have JD.
Okay. He said two. He said we got 2 super chats from JD. He said.
Hold on, let me check. Yeah, just keep talking. I'll go.
I do see Kurt. I do see it. Let me get.
Okay. I have it. We got Kurt with the $5 super chat. Thanks for the show. The show today, guys. 2020 is crazy. We woke up to an earthquake in Massachusetts. In Massachusetts, oh my God.
Holy.
This year is crazy. Absolutely, it's crazy.
That you're not there. If you are, I hope you should say.
Did we get this one from JD Gamer? Microsoft obviously not buying Sega, or they wouldn't have been broke and selling all parts of the company. So Capcom, it is maybe from software.
Yeah, I'm with all that. You know
Yeah, I do think you went straight to Stitch. I do think you accidentally.
Yeah, we went straight to
Stitch.
Stitch.
I missed those two. I missed those two.
That's because he was looking at that Stitch.
Yeah, he was ready for smoke. He was popping off. That's what it is.
Yeah.
He was ready to pop off on Stitch. That's all that was. Go ahead, Forte.
So who's to say that this couldn't be a big deal like the Bethesda deal, but in a different way? Let's say we already know that Microsoft is willing to make out-of-pocket deals with other companies. They did it with GameStop through profit sharing.
Yes, sir.
Who's not to say that they can get into a profit sharing deal with Sega, where Sega is literally the face of Xbox in Japan, and everything that is sold through Japan is funneled through Sega there. And Sega is basically the forefront of selling consoles and selling games and the games they make that bring people into that ecosystem through Xbox in Japan.
You know, it'd be crazy if like Sega and the Xbox brand like merged.
Yeah. Listen, it ain't too far out the road.
They don't have to buy them to do that. They can literally just use them as a funnel as the face of Xbox in Japan.
Exactly. Exactly. Sometimes partnerships and those deals of those nature are actually more beneficial than actually straight up acquisition. But yeah, man, that's what I got. We are going to move on if we all caught up. And the final one, I believe, this is you, Saw. You had a good one, man. What's going on? Some retrospective talk.
Yeah, man. So again, we are days away from the start of the 9th generation of consoles, right? And the 8th generation has been interesting to say the least, right? So I know a couple of shows back we talked about like our top games of the generation. So now I just want to talk about what you guys remember about this gen that sort of formulated everything that happened, like highs for both consoles, lows for both consoles, events that sort of changed the way we think about games, things big, special things that happened during the course of this generation that we can look back on as touchstones of how things have changed and how, what we look like moving into the 9th generation starting next week. So before that, let me get this perfect Shogun with the $10 super chat. As we stand at the dawn of a new generation, no matter which side you're on, may your resolutions be high, your frame rate be locked, your batteries be charged, and that like button be smashed.
Salute to the Shogun.
That is fantastic.
And he joined, I think you joined the realm early or upgraded the realm early. So put the horns in there for Shogun. Yeah, put the horns in there for Shogun, man. Salute to that brother, man. Salute.
No doubt. So let me give you guys like a little framing of kind of what happened. And so shout out to Fiction Talk. Because I was looking online, I was like, I need something to kind of break everything down for me, because obviously you don't remember everything, right? So let's start from the beginning, right? We have the Xbox One reveal disaster, as they right. So again, I don't want to go through each point, right? And
I got something ready. When you feel it's
okay. So we have, we start with the Xbox One reveal disaster. PlayStation fires shots back, obviously the way they do. They show us how to share games. Obviously the Wii U sort of crashed and burned. The Kinect gets assassinated, and then we get into things
it's
like
kind of crazy to think that the Wii U was this generation.
That's why the Switch is going to dominate this one.
Switch is technically the next generation.
Already got a 70 million point lead.
It's crazy. Coming in hot. Then we got, the infamous loot boxes that we all know and love, right? Battlefront. Then we got the announcement of back compat on the Xbox One from Microsoft, which was huge, and it kind of began the turning point, the turning of the ship for the Xbox brand, with positive talk, right? Then obviously we got to talk about Battle Royale. You
give away too much, man. Take them all.
All right. So I'm gonna let y'all go. You guys decide who goes first. I'm gonna let y'all go. And then
let me jump this in. I have some stuff ready.
Go ahead. He don't want nobody to take all his stuff.
Taking my balls. I'm like, dang, this is good stuff. Look, let's go. So we got high points, low points, defining moments, retrospective 8th gen. All right. So for me, high points. Sony transforms the game from the cinematic over the shoulder, my hashtag just one narrative. They dominate with that format, with the God of War, you know what I'm saying, Spidey, Last of Us, Ghost. They completely changed it, and it's just really mind-blowing what they're doing. So that's one for me there. A second one for me is a high point, like you said, the complete underdog story, the comeback of Nintendo, right? After the Wii U, and then you're like, they're dead in the water. There's no way they're finished. And then the Switch gets announced, and you're like, okay, maybe. And Attic, you already know. Like, I remember you was like, yo, we gotta launch with Zelda. If you don't launch with Zelda, I'm telling you, Carl, it's gonna be a fail. It's an arrow. And I was like, all right. And then we saw that trailer, Attic. What was them feels? Don't front. Them feels was crazy, son. We was like, he was climbing up the mountain. It was the ultimate comeback story.
Then for a while, I was watching the Zelda trailer on replay.
Bro, on retweet. The music hit, and we like, oh, they open world. They doing, you know what I'm saying? All right, cool. This is a launch game. So salute to them. I'm gonna give 2 low points. Power mattering, and then it doesn't. And y'all know where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, 1080p makes you better. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? And you're 900, you looking spooky out here. And then, we got that, and how, once things, the mid-generation stuff, and that kind of changed, and it's the 4K, and who's checkerboard, and all that. So all that was crazy, right? Another thing was, we got, like yourself said, I mean, Xbox One Start of the gen. Woo! Woo, boy. This is how you trade games. That was like ether. That was ether. And connect resources taking up a little bit too much, and as far as that, and then the lack of the first party, right? So we all know the story, how they stumbled out the gate. And the third, I give actually third one, like you said, we're gonna take too much battle royale, man. Look, shout out to PUBG, shout out to Fortnite for stealing the PUBG formula and making it better. But then everybody and their moms want to mumble rap with that damn battle royal. Everybody got a song. Everybody got a battle royal. Lawbreakers and this one and that one. And I'm just
Lawbreakers wasn't a battle royale.
Wasn't one of them? Did he have a battle royale?
It was
not Lawbreakers. Not the other Cliffy B joint.
It was an Overwatch type of game.
Yeah, but there was another. He was making a what you call?
Oh, he tried.
Yeah.
That was after he made
the Heights, wasn't it?
Yeah, some Heights.
The one with the bikes.
With the bikes and the joint. And then everybody, we got about.
He made it in like 6 months or something like that.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, Radical Heights. Shout out to Live Flat. Yeah, like that's everybody had a battle royale track. Yo, I got one. You know what I'm saying? So that was that. Defining moments, I would say, I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this. When the gaming industry lost their mind, gave Overwatch the game of the year, I was tight.
I saw that coming.
I was tight. I was living. I was like, that's what we do in gaming industry? Okay. But another one, though, I will say is, even though it was in Microsoft getting it right, Game Awards, Series X, Hellblade 2, and the roof just blowing off the doors. Like, yo, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's a fun gen. A lot of ups and downs. But those are the kind of stuff that kind of stand out for me, you know what I'm saying, for this generation. What about you, Forte? We get you back in the move, and then we get it to.
So if you got to start with the good stuff, man.
Let's get it.
Start with the good stuff. The good stuff has been just the fact that it's been a generation of just playing with a bunch of different friends, man. Like I met more. I thought I met more people during the 360 generation than anything. Has nothing. It's not even comparable to this generation.
Facts.
And that's mostly due to the games that we got. The games that we got were more community focused. Everything from all of the, like, starting with Borderlands and going through Destiny and going through even Division, as much as we give it a bunch of slander on the channel every once in a while. All of those games, it's like the complete polar opposite of, like you said, how Battle Royale is. Battle Royale is probably the signature genre that like evolved throughout this generation, but just the evolution of community type games, looter shooters and stuff like that. That's like literally the thing that I felt like defined the generation, like probably not as much as, like you said, Battle Royale, but the next best thing. Just, I love that the most because that's the thing I like to just like dive into the most. But when it comes to like, the best, the worst thing, Halo not being a thing this generation.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't think about it. The whole generation, right? Yeah.
The whole generation. It's like Mass Effect is my favorite franchise because Halo literally dropped the ball so much this generation. It's like because Halo was my favorite franchise of all time, but then I have to step that so far back because everything about Mass Effect, even with a lackluster Andromeda, I still feel like it had a better showing than what we got for Halo this generation. And I just feel that's just so disappointing to me to know that we came into this generation with 5 studios or 6 studios, 1 left. Now we're leaving with 23, so we're in a good place. But knowing throughout the whole part of the beginning of this year, they just didn't do that game any justice. Hurts the most.
No doubt, no doubt. What about
hurts the most?
What about a
But if I had
moment?
to go to the complete opposite side of that, I really don't think Sony had any misses. I think if you want to say the beginning of the generation was a miss because they didn't have a lot of really impactful games there, you could probably have a case. But some people will tell you that games like Killzone and stuff like that they actually did enjoy. But man, God of War, my game of the generation. God of War. I was one of those people like, yo, why Kratos can't jump?
Yo, remember what? That was a big controversy when we first heard it.
I was like, one of those people. I was like, yo, he can't jump. Like, what is this?
It wasn't the fact that he couldn't jump. It was the fact that all of his previous games was him jumping. Like, regardless if it was him jumping to another. And, clearly you saw the fact that they took that feature and that function out of the game. You saw it because the boss fights were not what they used to be.
Exactly. So for me, seeing the evolution, and this is why, and I think this is when it kind of transformed for me, because it was like right before, like right in the middle of the generation where I was like really into this whole community that we're in now, where I was like, you know what? You just got to pause. Just because it may not be something you don't like, you don't know what it's going to be like until that game comes out. And let me tell you, I didn't even realize I couldn't jump in that game when I started playing because it wasn't a focused part of the game. So just the evolution of gameplay, especially on the Sony side, has probably been the one thing that stands out the most to me. That's what stands out the most. And I think that's why you see so many people getting on the other side, getting on Team Green, because we're not asking, we haven't been asking for that.
Right.
And I think that's what we want to see Microsoft get to in the next. Well,
hashtag just one. They kill me. Yo, when I say hashtag just one, they kill me. We don't need a title. Like, we don't need a copy their format. I'm like, bro, that formula, all I'm asking is just make one game in that formula. You got all those studios, bro. But that over-the-shoulder cinematic, dope storytelling, action, that joint work. All I'm saying, you got 23 studios. You give me one of them joints for it.
So I think that's where we're going to be heading to. But overall, my crown jewel has to go to Nintendo. Like, Nintendo.
Talk about it.
I was in love with Horizon Zero Dawn. Even though the story was bland as hell, I was into the whole storyline with the Turok. It was like Turok on steroids. That's what that game felt like. I was willing to push through. Then Breath of the Wild dropped out, and it reminded me about what I was like, oh, this is what an open world game should be. It reminded me of what it's like. Oh, this is what it should be. And then they have had a whole. They had a whole bunch of droughts in between now and then with a bunch of different games. But the one thing that will not be denied is the fact that they know who their players are.
Facts.
And they support their players and their players support them. My most memorable moment came when I was in my store working. It was during the VGAs. I was at work. Smash Brothers was releasing that day because that was the year that Smash couldn't be nominated because it was releasing on the same day as the VGA.
Yo, Stitch putting you time for Mad Switch talking. He don't like
whatever. Switch is that deal. I had 100 people in my store, and when they announced the DLC for Smash Brothers and Joker. For Persona was the DLC character. My store erupted, and it was literally the best. The best single moment thing I've ever experienced in gaming. Seeing that many people happy to see something so little be celebrated that hard. So that stands out the most because, like I said, the community to me is the biggest thing, and seeing that in first place is what mattered the most.
No doubt. Yo, the chat is so Stitch got so many time. Yo, every time Forte say switch, start anything. Time, move on. Yo,
Go buy a Switch, Stitch.
Oh, exactly. You know what I'm saying? No doubt. Let's get Attic, man. What you got, man? Like highs, the lows, the defining moments for you. This is Addict's world. Let's get Addict's world.
I'll start with the lows.
Let's get it.
I think probably the one of the most lows I've been in this whole generation is when Fallout 4 came out, because I remember I played that game. I was so disappointed. I was playing that game with disgust. I remember I was in a party with John, and I was like, the more I talked to John about stuff I didn't like about the game, I was getting more and more pissed. I was like, because he started bringing stuff up, and I'm like, you're right. I'm like, Bethesda, man. Like,
they started to strip stuff away from you.
It was like I've always said, Fallout is a good shooter. It is a bad Fallout game. Another big part I was disappointed with, I know a lot of people ain't gonna agree with this, is when I played Breath of the Wild. Like,
I know.
I'm a huge Zelda fan. I've played them all multiple times. I've beat them all multiple times. And Zelda, it's like I said, great game that came out that year, bad Zelda game.
Yeah, because you want dungeons. You're the dungeon guy.
Yeah, well, that's literally what Zelda's about, is dungeons.
Addict's World, continue.
It's not Addict's World. We ain't.
I'm trying to start trouble. You damn, you didn't fall for it. Damn.
Probably my highlights. I don't think there was a time, even this generation, last generation, and going to the future, I don't think there's going to be a time to ever beat Microsoft buying Bethesda. I was literally mind blown. Like, I was speechless. Like, I will never forget. My mom was, like I said, I've said this story before. My mom was literally behind me because she came over from her boyfriend's house. She was staying. I remember seeing it, and I had my hands like this. Like, I was like, oh my god. Oh my god! My mom's like, "What's wrong?" Like,
we were like, "Where?" It was like, "Where was you?"
I was asleep.
When it happened. Yeah, that's a good point.
And it's just like that. That is such probably the most memorable thing I've ever seen. I was kind of disappointed with the State of Decay launch. I'm not gonna lie with that. I actually probably one of the biggest highlights is when I played God of War, the original.
God of War's getting a lot of votes. Yeah.
I really enjoyed that game because of how much, but I have to put above them all when I play Ghost of Tsushima, because the game was so like.
How you put that? I forgot about that. Continue.
It's because of the last boss. Like, I'm a huge boss fight, and like when I love when they put one-on-one fights and they make it epic.
The greatest duels in the business.
And when you fought, what was that dude? The last boss's name?
We don't spoil too much.
Hey, don't spoil that.
No, the main character.
You mean Jin Sakai?
Jin Sakai.
The dude that
Spoiler! Cut this man's
mic. No, but easy. Moving along.
Look, man, you guys might have to deal with it.
But Ghost of Tsushima.
Wait, I'm gonna take.
Nah, you good.
I'm not spoiling anything. Like, I was just saying that, like, I really enjoy like the one-on-one fights, and when they the way that Ghost of Tsushima put that off. And you know what's funny is by the time the raid came out, I already got rid of my PlayStation. Yeah, and I was like, man, I'm sitting here looking at this, and I'm like, I ain't never wanted to play a concept more than I wanted to play that damn game. And I'm sitting here like, it was so lit that I'm considering, do I really need this X on day one?
Facts. No, fact. And I will give you credit because I will say this. Like, you're my barometer when it comes to if people are frauding on hype or not. So I'll be like, yo, Addict, what's up? Beat it. Because I don't touch base with you until you beat a game. Because sometimes you either be very high on it in the beginning or very low on it. And then as it goes on, you either, change based on the game quality. And I know a big thing for you is ending. And you would kick. I remember I hit you.
Ending,
you was like, yo.
I felt away. Like, there's very few games to get me emotional. Yeah. Very few games. Like, Life is Strange is one of them. Yeah. Like, there's very few games. And by the end of that game, I was like, can I just turn it off? Yeah. Is that an option? Like,
yup, it's one of them type of situations. So to hear you do that was super lit. But yeah, I agree. I forgot about Ghost was there. Let's get the super chat. Then Solve, you finish up your joint.
And let me just say one more game.
Mm-hmm.
Like Final Fantasy 15. Like I remember, you guys remember how hyped I was with that game. That game came out, man. I played it. And then there was one of the chapters, chapter 11, was so bad that Square Enix went back and redid it. Yeah. It was so drug out that I'm sitting here playing this game. I'm talking to John while I'm playing it. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Yeah. Like I'm literally so bad. I'm listening to podcasts and not listening to the game.
Yeah.
And I do that with Destiny when I do stuff that you can take your brain out of the situation.
Yeah. And honorable mention before we get to super chats. Final Fantasy VII remake.
I was about to say,
honorable mention because we ain't gonna spoil. That's what we do. But that we needed to do some podcasts for some therapeutic stuff for that. But anyway,
the Sonic go like this. Probably one of the lowest in this industry is the amount of capping that these men would do for Red Dead 2.
Oh my god!
I remember I played this game. I was like, "Oh, it looks good." I was like, "But where's that gameplay at, though?"
You try to compare. You're like, "Oh, the shooting is not on par with Destiny 2."
The shooting,
what the hell? Like, tell me how Red Dead ain't changed his gameplay in 15 years. Tell me how that happened.
They actually made it less gamey than the first one. Like to be believed, that's what they did. It's a simulator. It's less of a game.
The amount of capping for that game is unrealistic. I feel like people that cap for that game, they need mental help.
Oh my god!
My beef with people's beef with the game is that you were trying to ascribe things to it that it's just never been there. Like you're comparing it to these third-person shooters with like
no like people that need mental help.
Oh my god! Yo, so get the super chat, then I'll let you finish off your topic.
Let me see. We have Smuz 246 with the $5 super chat. Putting in overtime this weekend so I can enjoy release day. Thank you for giving me great content to get me through. Salute. Then we have the Living Flame with the $2 super chat. PlayStation indeed had no misses like the puddles. Yeah, the puddles.
That was another good time, man. When Spider-Man was coming out and the Puddle Gate stuff happened, I remember I made a thumbnail for Kid Smooth about the Puddle Gate, man. It was him literally pointing like this with puddles at the top.
Yeah, I remember that. Shout out to Kofi was in the mix of that too. Shout out to Kofi.
Oh my god! Wow.
Kofi was doing so much with Puddlegate, people were reporting on his channel.
Then next up we have Michael Askew. With the $5 super chat. Yo, I love God of War, but a fan of the old style. Xbox needs to remaster Dante's Inferno. That game on backup pat on 1X is the truth. Yeah, I forgot about Dante's Inferno.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Then we have JD Gamer with the $10 super chat. We've given Sony too much credit and not enough to Microsoft.
We're doing too much. Can't have that.
Hey, Halo 5 multiplayer was at its best ever. Quantum Break was underrated. GT was a money grab, and Forza is king. Ori was Microsoft's best new IP, and I want Rise 2.
In his defense, we don't give Forza enough credit as the definitive, in my opinion.
As we should.
Yeah, as we should. Especially Horizon. Continue.
As we shouldn't.
As we shouldn't. Oh my God, Jesus!
Yeah. Look, in Attic World, we don't recognize racers at all.
Oh my God!
What?
God. If
Are
you
not
like
gonna recognize one whole,
if you like
genre.
racers and you try,
because the shooting is not as good as Destiny 2.
That's why you don't like racers, because it doesn't shoot like Destiny 2.
You like racers and you come into the Attic realm, you get booted.
Oh
you don't come in there.
Yo, shout out to my European brothers for helping the Xbox generation with your continued support of the Forza series. Continue.
Then we have Stitch with the $2 super chat. You're hyping up cardboard. Stop it.
Stitch be hating on that Switch.
Yeah, nobody mentioned Labo. Nobody said anything.
Nobody said nothing about Labo. He's be hating.
Then we got Victor Allison with the $5 super chat. Great show and salute to King. Get well, sir. Yeah, I would like Sega in Xbox's hands just to see a Sonic Ori-like game. That'd be crazy.
That'd be fine. 120 hertz. Oh, they could blast process 120 hertz for Sonic.
Yeah.
That'd be fine. What else you got?
All right, I think did we get one
Living
more?
Flame just jumped in.
The Living Flame with the $2 super chat just started playing Horizon 4. God damn, it's good.
Tell Addict, please. He needs to know.
You've already been booted. Like you're reading this from the bushes.
Damn.
So Yo, so put a cherry on your topic, man. What you
man. Like for me, obviously, I'll start with the bad, and the bad was really bad. There was no chance in hell in my mind. And this is where I came up with the theory about these two companies being in cahoots. So just one of them shines one generation and the other one doesn't. Yeah. Because I was just like, they stepped on the rake in a way that you could not imagine coming out of the 360 generation. They really did. TV. And it was just so tone deaf, and everything about it just felt completely wrong. And it was just like it was scary, man. I was like, what the hell? And then at the end of the day, just the narrative in the beginning undid them for the entire generation, basically.
So many
things. By the time the consoles launched, right, all the Kinect stuff was kind of out the window. Yes, the Kinect was still sucking power from it. But when you look at the launch lineup, when you look at the launch lineup, I thought Xbox's launch lineup.
Oh, their launch lineup was far superior.
It was far superior.
At that point, you look at it and it's like the narrative really continued to carry it.
Facts.
Forward. And I was like, damn, this is what happens when you stumble early on. Oftentimes that is just enough to get enough. And if you think about it, this is the first time they ever made a real run at Sony. Like they made the real run in the 360 generation, and then they kind of like crapped it all away. So that was tough to see, just because it was just misstep after misstep after misstep. So that's that. Then after that, one of the things that bothered me was kind of like the loot box stuff, because I was like, okay, all of these games as a service are becoming this huge thing, right? And I give Destiny a lot of crap, but Destiny did it the right way. We're giving you a $60 game, and we're gonna keep giving you stuff. Like you're gonna have to pay for it, but it's gonna be worth it, and it matters. And we're not gonna nickel and dime you. If you want to spend money, it's here. And to me, all these other games try to figure out ways to just get your money and kind of.
You know what I'm gonna call it? Shout out to the fall of the Destiny killers in this generation. All these fraud games. Let's get them, Forte. All these. Remember Forte? Every time the new game come out, it's over. Anthem is here. Division 2 is here. Borderlands. All these games, right? We gotta hear for months. It's over for you guys. And what ends up happening? Tell them, Forte.
Attic is right every time.
Hey man, I've been telling people for years that it ain't gonna be a game that's gonna take Destiny down. It's gonna be Destiny itself.
Yeah, it's gonna be Destiny. So.
When will they learn?
That's what it's at that point now.
All I know.
And the people don't realize it by now. This game has made it through an entire generation. It's going to be starting off a completely another generation. So it's a staple. They ain't going anywhere.
They got to bend the knee, brother. They just got to bend the knee. That's why it's so big of Solve to say to continue Solve.
No, I got to say that. It's not the game that I want from Bungie, but I get it. I get it. But so those are, to me, were sort of the low points, and to see that sort of change moving forward as we move into this next generation, for me, the Microsoft turnaround was huge, and to me, it started with the back compat announcement. The back compat announcement felt like
I would say that's when they started their turnaround.
Yeah, it really does, because it's like, okay, it's telling you, look, we have a plan in place. It's gonna take us a while to get there, and you're gonna be mad with us because you're not gonna see it immediately. But here are the breadcrumbs to it. And then obviously that leading into Game Pass and the entire new way of thinking about how do we consume games, and doing it in a way that they needed to do, which is to be the most consumer-friendly product out there. They absolutely went completely opposite of Sony in that regard, and to see them change and for it to work for them, right? Because it could have blown up in their face and people like, nah, we're not about this. And so far it hasn't. And so I'm excited to see the fact that going into this new generation, both of these consoles are strong. And then now on the Sony side, I gotta agree with Forte, man. In the beginning, they started slow, and I felt a lot of the love they got was unwarranted. It seemed like it was more hate for Microsoft than love for Sony. But they doubled down, and when you start seeing these, they doubled down on what they're good at, narrative third-person based games, and they just really they sort of spit shine. They just
presentation. I remember being at E3 Attic. We came off one of those. It was me, you, we all at the house. We came off of whatever Microsoft's press conference, and we weren't too happy. We got attacked for that at the time.
I remember that.
Right.
That was. Then, I was going to put that as one of my lows.
Bro,
like
we go.
I don't think, in terms of Microsoft, I've ever been that low with them,
bro.
Like,
and then we go back to the crib in Cali, the compound, the castle, and we watch this Sony press conference, right? And it's even the presentation of the games. Like, damn, yo, you see that God of War? You're like, damn, yo, this joint is crazy, son. And we like, yo, we just need Microsoft to make these type of games, man. Like, it was just like, I felt you on it. It's something about, like I said, we always said if it's the movie background or whatever it is, even the presentation, just the way they just get into the game, is no fluff, it's no, here it is. Here it is. Yeah,
and the thing about it is, besides obviously having the movie background, right, it's just the fact that it felt like throughout the entire generation, they really listened to their base, right? And they listened to what their base gets excited over. And they just kept giving them that. They're like, oh, if our base, because our base is loud. If we keep giving them what they want, the message is going to continue to propagate. It's just going to happen. And they just kept doing it one game after the other, and they had their missteps. Like, you know, in the beginning, Days Gone wasn't the greatest thing in the world. You know, some of them didn't necessarily hit, but they just kept doing it. And when you talk about like the things that Naughty Dog has done in terms of narrative storytelling, and this might be an unpopular opinion, but when it compared, I'm not necessarily super convinced with Sony's open worlds, right? I found after a while that Horizon Zero Dawn's open world got a little same for Ghost of Tsushima for me in terms of the open worldness of it. I think they're very good. I love their linear wide games, right? Last of Us, your God of War, but it seems like they still got to figure out the open worlds and how to populate those open worlds with super interesting stuff, and they're going to continue to work on that. But to me, you can't undermine what Sony's done this year. And I think if King was here, he'd say it too. Like, you know, he, all jokes aside, he's like, yo, they kind of.
No, he gave it up. Remember that podcast we had him with Last of Us too? He blew us away. We were like, what? Like, he gave it up.
Talk about that time.
So
that's it. In conclusion, I'm super excited for what's to come. I think both of these companies have figured out their lanes in a way that we haven't seen before. And I think they're both going to be hitting on all cylinders moving forward. I really do. I'm super excited for what's to come. I really am.
I agree. And I think next gen, the competition is going to be fierce. You know what I'm saying? We got these two powerful consoles. Microsoft's gearing up. You already know Sony's taking them very seriously too. It's going to be a battle, man. But that's what we got. So we going to move. We got any super chats before I get into the poll and get up out of here?
Yeah, we do, actually. We have. Let me see. Mass Effect, Dan Rodriguez, the $5 super chat. Dan, I'm not feeling it.
Say it with your chest, so I'll read it with your chest.
Mass Effect 2 is that greater than? I don't know that. I don't know that.
Mass Effect greater and less give.
Mass Effect 2 is greater than Mass Effect 1. This is the official season gaming.
Yes, listen.
ILP Ains, what's going on, man? You have your underlings that are over here doing too much.
Lord Dan Rodriguez, if you are under duress, we can request a trade for you to come over to the Iron Lords. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can put that in because you are under duress by your leader over there.
Am I being shipped out there?
Hey. We like that Rodriguez, man.
You gotta swap Latino.
We gotta swap the Latino contingent. No doubt.
We got Stitch with the $5 super chat. King, I know you're not here, but I know you listen. No one here today talking about that spooky PS5 SSD and lack of external storage support for the PS5. We kept the smoke out of the talk today.
Trust me, I missed that he's here because I know King would have went in on that.
He would have went in.
His moments. These are his moments.
I know he would have asked JasonRonald.
He would have asked Jason something super messy. That's the part I missed because he don't play. Remember when we had Matt Piscatella on and he was like, "Is it possible that Sony could be fudging the numbers?" I was like, "King, what is going on with you? This is NPD." Like, he does not get shit into the kid. Yo, send King some love, man, until he gets better, man. Till he heals up, because you know how I'm going to do. What else we got?
So JD gave with the $5 super chat. To be clear, Gran Turismo is Sony's largest franchise, not God of War. Racing is not niche. It's a huge. Thank you. Racing is not niche. It's a huge genre that has existed since the beginning and will be here after BR.
What are you talking about?
He talking about that, how you don't know what you're talking about with racing.
See, I don't even hear the word racing, so I didn't see it.
Oh my God. Asking about that technical style, that's what it is.
He's not about, like
hardest game to master, a racing game. I thought you were the difficult game conqueror.
Live and Flame, put some respect on. He gonna put respect on Playground name when he get Fable. Then he gonna know who they are. Fable.
That's not a racing game.
Look
at you guys trying to be extra.
I bet you the horse racing that game gonna be hot.
Extra to go straight in the bushes with it. You see when they make Fable, acting like Fable's a racing game. Get out of here with that.
No, but you're gonna know who Playground is magically.
Yeah, they're gonna be fairy races.
Watch, he gonna be capping for Playground. Watch.
The only time a racing game is acceptable is if I can throw green shells at you. That's all.
Only if I can throw.
Savage. We caught up, sir. Oh,
yeah, we got Smitty Smith for the $2 super chat. Destiny and still heavyweight champion of the world.
That's right.
Hold on.
Heard that dizzy
anything else? I think we're caught up. Hold on. No.
We got a $5 super chat from JD Gamer. False. Sony dropped banger after banger. True. Sony dropped 5 big AAA first-party AAA bangers over 7 years. With 23 studios, Microsoft will outshine Sony soon. Actually, I don't completely agree 100% with what you said, but I have always stated that if Sony don't start buying some studios, Microsoft's going to outpace them. I have to say that.
They might have, but I think Sony's not really. They'll buy some other studios, but they've been bolstering their studios. So when you see these release dates. Mm-hmm. I don't know that we're that far off. Like when they say 2021 God of War, it could be because they've been bolstering their teams to get these games out.
Are they going to release all their games in 1 year though?
No, that's the thing. Yeah, that's a lot of games to release in 1 year.
I mean, you're not giving God of War and Horizon enough time to breathe. That's why. I just don't think. I mean, it could possibly happen.
Let's be real here. Sony came together in that little room discussing what that conference was going to be. It's like, yo, this looking spooky.
But tell me this: if they bolstered their teams to the point, if they bolstered their teams to the point where they could give you one of those every 3 years instead of every 5,
they went. They talked in the back, and they say, "Yo, when's God of War going to be?" We're like 2022, maybe 2023. It was like, oh, 2022. Let's say it's coming out next year. We got it. We'll just say we delayed it.
Yo, Soft, we need you to read slow-mo chat. Continue.
No, I don't need to read that.
You need to read this.
Go ahead.
You ain't gonna read that? You refuse?
Oh, man. I gotta see
Let's get this. Actually, let Forte read it from his DPS brother. Let Forte read it from his DPS brother out here.
All right. Shout out to Slow-Mo Backslap with the $5 super chat. Thanks for the support, brother. Anyone who thinks Mass Effect 1 is greater than Mass Effect 2 picks their nose and eats boogers. They also hold a controller with their feet since they think the maker controls will. Yo, shout out to my boy. Yo, the worst.
Slow, so it doesn't really surprise.
The worst part. This is the worst part of Mass Effect 1 was the maker.
Oh, thank you.
I don't disagree.
You can literally be riding on a planet and hit a pebble, and the whole thing will flip over.
Yo, shout out to Iron Mike in the chat. It's not in color, but I'm gonna read it anyway.
Oh my God.
Mass Effect 2 was made for filthy casuals. Thank you.
Look, we moving on. This is getting messy. That podcast is coming.
This is terrible.
This is terrible. We officially caught up so you get this poll about it.
Yes, sir. We're
all right, no doubt, man. Chat super messy today. Salute. You already know. So look, with both the Series X and S consoles now approaching, what game excites you the most to play on the new hardware? Your choices are A, Yakuza Like a Dragon, B, Valhalla Make You Holla, C, Gears Tactics, D, Bright Memory 1.0, or E, I don't care, y'all care, but y'all still playing back-to-back games out front. Those are the choices. Please rock the vote when it goes up today, later on today. Yo, salute to the realm and salute to Lord JasonRonald that pulled up, project manager of TeamXbox, creator of the Series X and the Series S. He was absolutely amazing. Cannot thank him enough and Microsoft enough for pulling up, man. It was a tremendous show. Good to see the support by everybody in the realm. So let's do these outros right quick. Gaming Forte, our brother, man. Thank you for pulling up in the realm on last minute duty. Where can people find you? What you got going on, sir?
Yo, man, first of all, you guys do an amazing job. I'm super proud to see you guys grow and get the viewership and the success with all the people that's coming on the show. It's like literally legitimized. You guys didn't need it, but I know how people feel when it comes to like the growth of your channels and your platform in general. And this literally is just helping you guys blow up more. So I'm just happy to see you guys do it.
Thank you, brother.
But outside of that, man, Gaming Forte everywhere, YouTube, Twitter, Xbox Live. Check me out on DPS Podcast. It's on Thursday nights, 9 p.m. Me, my boy Slow-Mo Backslap. Let's get him to 1,000 subs. He's like just over 700. If he does, he has to play Bugsnax, and he will stream it for all of us. And if he gets to 2,000 subs, which it will be a stretch goal, he has to get the platinum in the game.
Yes.
Which would be incredible because that dude doesn't understand how great his streams are when he does play his game that he doesn't want to play. But yeah, other than that, it's Brat Podcast every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Check us out over there with B Money, Eric Jackson, B Money, Eric Jackson, and Enrique. I can't forget him. He's the host of the show.
That's the host.
Can't forget the host. And check out the last episode because our boy, the Ninja Unlocked was on the show last week. So check him out on the show if you missed it. It was a great time. And as always, man, you have a great weekend. Let's get to some football.
No doubt. You already know Salute Forte pulling up DPS. You already know Brad Podcast. You already know everybody in the realm. And yes, Slow-Mo, that is not lies. They want you to platinum and play games that you don't like. We love it. We love your misery, brother. Thank you. Lord Addict, man. Coming in with the smoke as usual. Young Wolf, what's up, man? Where can they find you? Any new hot boy videos coming?
You can find me on Twitter. I'm not going to say it the correct way because King's not here. I got to respect the King. So you can find me on Twitter at Lord Addict ILP. Definitely go check out, Forte's podcast DPS. It's a very interesting podcast. I still need to pull up on there eventually. I've just been busy that day.
How you know it's interesting if you never pulled up?
Fraud alert!
Are you talking about pull up like as a guest?
Oh my god!
Fraud alert early.
I'm making sure. I'm not part of DPS if it's not a part of slander. Come on now. Speaking of which, I might as well announce it now.
Let's get it.
Your boy Cognito will be on DPS Podcast this Thursday, so please come through.
You got room for two?
Yeah, what's up? Pull
yeah,
up.
you know what?
Let's do it.
Yeah. You want to come through, bro? You can come through.
Yeah, I'll come up there.
Oh
yeah,
you
you
come
come
through collaboration with
we gonna ruin PlayStation's day because we don't really care about PlayStation.
Oh my
God, it's all about Xbox that day.
Wow. Look,
I'm picking mine up. We all gonna have PlayStations.
I'm picking mine up on Thursday, so I'll be in progress join. That's right. Continue. That's what's
all right.
up.
So definitely, looking for the first thing I want to say is, Lord Ronald. It is an honor of someone that, he had no business being on this show. Obviously, we're a lot bigger than we used to be, but still, that man's time is very valuable. And the fact that he, what?
Shout out to Forte.
No.
With random
that was my daughter.
The fact that he took the time to come on the show on a Sunday at like 8:00 in the morning his time, it's very humbling. We're going to do whatever we can to keep pushing the podcast forward. I do want to have an announcement real quick. We are the last show of the year will be the 20th. We won't be doing a show on the 27th, and that's going to be a community podcast. We're going to go over all the highlights of the entire generation, kind of like this last topic, but a little bit more extended. So definitely be looking out for more information on that because I'm going to be looking into bringing more guests on during that time. It's going to be a celebration to the entire generation for all of gaming. And, I want to appreciate everyone who came in. We had like almost 800 people at one time.
Oh, wow.
It's definitely, I love seeing the podcast grow as much as we can. Definitely, if you still here, man, you are the VIPs. You are the GOAT. You're still in here at outros. Definitely hit that like button if you guys haven't hit it. Now, we'll see you next week. We're going to be doing, me and Cognito still haven't come together. We're going to figure out exactly what we want to run next week. Obviously, next week is the launch of the consoles. They both will be out by then. So we're going to try to do as much as we can to have a good show for you guys next week. We will see about getting an Xbox and a PlayStation do, depending on what happens between here and there. But definitely look out for that. We're going to be doing a lot next week. Definitely be here. Both consoles will be out, and we'll have a lot to say.
Shout out to Kendrick Starr. Mass Effect 2 has the elusive man. End of story. I feel you. You want to get that super chat, sir?
We got 2 super chats. We have E. Murray with the $5 super chat. Sony has lost devs to Xbox teams, so where are they bolstering studios? You can't really say they're losing devs. Like when it comes to that Santa Monica area, these guys are, these devs jump from bed to bed, dude. That's like that's what they do. So it's not like they're to bed. Yeah, they're not really being poached like that.
Next super chat.
As long as they leave their bed bugs in their own bed and don't bring them here.
Exactly. Then we have the Wise Old Gamer with $2 super chat. I want to thank you guys for the well wishes, no doubt.
No doubt, brother. It's good to see your tweets. When we saw that, we were so happy, man. We're glad you're doing better, brother.
For sure. So in addition to that, like I said before, guys, show some love to obviously the Wise Old Gamer and of course the Nintendo Guru.
Yes.
Our brothers, they need our help. They need our support. So make sure we send them well wishes. So for me, you know where you can find me. You can find me, Lord Sab ILP on Twitter. You know that. I will be waiting patiently, and I may have to camp out in front of GameStop to get my Xbox on time. So,
Listen, do what we gotta do.
We need to get you another outro, man.
Yeah, for sure. So
for you,
for him, I like them songs.
I was looking forward to the outro last week, and I was like, oh man, ain't gonna be no more outros because they already gave away the system.
Oh no, we'll be utilizing some. We like the Psalms Tender and the Latino contingent.
We need Serenation to continue.
Yes, and the music, brother. I need some bachata. I need some more, but I need some more fire.
Let's do it. So one thing I just want to say to the entire gaming community and to Twitter. Guys, I know there's been a lot of vitriol the past couple of weeks, and as the consoles come out, it gets closer to launch, people get like more and more in their feelings. Like this past week on Twitter has been, quite frankly, kind of disgusting. But it's par for the course. But you know what? The time is here. The consoles are out in a couple of days. Why don't we make an effort to just shut up and game? Everybody just shut up and play.
Facts.
Like.
Sure. Damn well that ain't happening.
No, my thing is, how about people just put up some Twitter pictures of games they playing and who they playing with? It's like a lost art now. Like
it gets so caught up in the BS about this one's better. This that stuff is out the window.
Dudes spend all day on Twitter beefing instead of playing games. Like there's no one's having fun. No one's enjoying themselves. No one's like, I just played such and such. I just beat this. I had a great time. Nah, your console's whack. My console's.
I'm like, show me that you're playing. I would love to have more time to play games, and then people that have the time spend it on Twitter. Like, man.
In chats and on Twitter all day beefing. You clearly ain't playing no games, fam.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God.
Time, let's go.
Like I said, let's shut up and play.
Shut up and play. I'm with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's that. And listen, man. Lord Cognito here. Listen, truly humbled from y'all. Man, the support was amazing. Again, shout out to JasonRonald, man. What an interview. Truly humble. And again, the growth and the support is all because of you guys, man. Like, you guys asked these guys to come on, and it's without you and the support and retweeting and the likes, and even from our peers, Forte, all you guys, man, from day one. Y'all know what it is with us. We, still the same old Lords. Even when we had 10, 15 people in the chat, and y'all still rocking with us strong. So salute. We got more special things cooking, and it was a fun show, man. So that's all I got.
And you guys better, our personal friends need to thank you guys, because since you guys come in such crowds, we're not on them all the time for not being in the chat.
Facts, exactly. We ain't got to beat up our friends and be like, why you wasn't in the chat this week? Because y'all came. Listen, that's all I got. Everybody enjoy their Sunday. Let's get to this football. We out. We will see y'all next week. Launch week, y'all. Play them games. Stop beefing. Put some pictures up of games being played. That's what I want to see. All right, y'all. Peace.